And more often than not, no matter what type of season it is on iRacing, the second race of the season determines the momentum for the remainder of what we have in store. This is the 15th season of the Highline Racing League ASC Services and Supply Incorporated Premier Series, and as it stands, we're watching Casey Heschel in the number 49 machine as we get things started here. It is the SP Designs 175. Scott Wheeler, defending champion and defending runner-up position in any race. He was second last time we went racing at Daytona to James McKee. McKee not here tonight racing. So the 97 has the biggest opportunity to follow up on some big-time momentum. And before we get things started here, let's look into your race analysis for tonight's event. Here's all your racing information. This will be a daytime event. No day to night transition. It will be all in the daytime. So it will be a 133 lap event at the 1.33 mile circuit. 2 stages, no breaks, one at lap 35 and one at lap 70. 78 degrees and a partly cloudy sky lines this field of racing concrete pavement. No matter what you call it, no matter what it is, it's a great day to be out racing. Beautiful temperature and a slight wind, 2 miles an hour with 55% relative humidity here Thursday, February 23rd, and you are watching live on FTN, and we are incredibly happy to have you. Practice, well, it will be over in just a few minutes' time, and we are watching Scott Wheeler. Of course, we mentioned it beforehand, but the race just getting underway with the driver of the 97 on the move so far, currently third in practice. A lot to go on here as we get things started. I'll be your host for tonight's broadcast, leading producer and commentator here tonight. It's David Kreutz, myself. Thank you all for stopping by so far. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast as Wheeler going to get there on the apron. Practice still has a bit more time to it as we wait and see what these guys have in store. The SP Designs 175, and we have 5 minutes remaining here in practice to see who has the pace and who has not. As a driver of the number 29 machine and Brad Kress on the move as well. Dylan Clark going to be there in the number 5 machine of the Big Bend Aviation machine going down to the inside line, and Roberto Ramirez here in the 42. Actually, he's not going to be on screen as Ryan Potter gets out on track for Swamp Motorsports. A lot of drivers affiliated with Swamp there. DJ Stagner, one of which as he gets out on track at the same time in the number 64. And you can see drivers getting in their final runs of practice. As it stands now, Dylan Clark going to be top of the board by 11 thousandths of a second. And Clark with 49 laps of practice already getting geared into tonight's event as we have an average lap speed around the 30.5 second mark. Nobody out of that barrier by over a half second. As you can see, Dylan Clark going to drift it down onto pit road. So a very fast circuit here for a mile and a third. Roberto Ramirez, he's going to be on pit road right now. How we watch on long board, the driver of the 49, and that's Casey Heschel to watch alongside him as he goes battling there with DJ Stagner right in front of him and Toby Wedgwood right behind him. And Heschel right now clocking in at a 30.666 exactly, and he's going to come off of that second turn into the back straightaway at about 150 miles an hour, revving it up to about a 170 range as he backs it inside once again. The 49 on the move, and nothing going to stop him there as he chases down Stagner coming down to the stripe. One driver goes into the grass here as drivers are testing the limits here in practice. The race getting started in about 10 minutes time, maybe 10-15 at the very most. As you can see down to the inside, it's going to be the 49 once again. Stagner, as it stands, 8th on the charts, right in front of him on track and right behind Heschel. When it comes to his best lap, he's about 10 thousandths, or rather 10 hundredths. He was now 10 thousandths behind Casey Heschel as it goes down to the inside line. They're on the 47, able to make that move nice and smooth. And it looks like the 47 going to let him go, but Stagner ends up in the grass once again. And it looks like Mike Tellier going to be on the move as well. 25th on the board out of a total of 34 drivers registered for tonight's session. And Kenny Brooks going to be there in the 54 getting things started, as Terry Brooks going to be in the mix as well. Jason Harris in the 88 with the Mako sponsorship with the Exalta shades of 2017. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with that paint scheme. A very bright, very vibrant orange, red, and yellow combination for the driver of the number 88 as we get into the start here. And Toby Wedgwood right now 32nd on the timing and scoring charts. 32 drivers have set a lap, and Robert Kenny setting his first there. The GoDaddy number 10. He's about 0.8 of a second off of your top sitter in practice, and the field overall separated by that 0.8 marker, but 31 drivers are separated by less than half of a second. This is Jeff Morash in the 31st position, the 24. Right now, 4/10 off of your leader in practice. And what that does not sound like a lot, every driver here separated by minuscule amounts, hundreds, if not thousands of seconds. So you got to be really quick if you want to make something happen here. As it looks like one driver going to go right up the chart. Colton Gardner going to be up there. Is Mike Tellier going to be able to put it into 23rd? And still, it is Dylan Clark leading by 11 thousandths of a second. And Brad Kress is in third now by 22 thousandths as Ryan Potter able to usurp Roberto Ramirez and get himself into the top 5 here in practice. The SP Designs 175. We are getting ready for a great show, and stages don't have breaks. So strategy going to come into a big play here, and we will see this race go on like it is nothing. Roberto Ramirez is going to be 6 on the board there, and it looks like that's Mike Tellier able to get himself into 6, usurping Ramirez. As we try to take a look, Ramirez still on pit road, not going to be able to take a glance at the driver to number 42 as the 47 on the move here, coming down the backstretch at Nashville SuperSpeedway. Now, Nashville SuperSpeedway, when it comes to its track history, is especially interesting. The track has only existed as a facility for about 20 years at the very most, but it's only been in use in the NASCAR Cup Series for about 2-3 years at the very most, and we of course go from 2021 on. So absolutely a fascinating story of being removed from the NASCAR run in about 2010, being abandoned and almost demolished, but eventually coming back into style and eventually returning to the NASCAR Cup Series thanks to new ownership. And eventually it seems like Nashville SuperSpeedway will be one of the pieces playing a part in getting the Nashville Fairgrounds, the storied and historic racetrack in the Nashville area, back onto the NASCAR schedules the same way North Wilkesboro Speedway has made its way on for this year's All-Star race in the NASCAR Cup Series and a Craftsman truck event. But as it stands here on iRacing, we don't have to worry about limitations of when we can race and where we can race. Right now, the best drivers in the Highline Racing League able to take on Nashville SuperSpeedway with one another, and we get set for a 175-mile showdown side by side. That's going to be Casey Heschel there with the Dylan Petit machine, the 31, able to get a win last season, looking to back up that momentum and make something happen as they have one driver trailing them, and that will be the 51. And that 51 able to trail them nice and smooth as it stands, rolling easy, as it looks like that will be Matthew Rodriguez. Rodriguez now going to be 21st on the board with 5 seconds remaining. That will do for practice, and Dylan Clark will be the top of the board here. The charts show that the 93, according to timing and scoring, is the way to go. He is currently top setter so far as we get things started here in Nashville. And it looks like there's going to be a bit of an issue with the 93's number there. I'm not sure why, because he's not the 93. He is, in fact, the 5. So Dylan Clark having a bit of a timing and scoring glitch as qualifying getting underway. And we will work this one out behind the scenes, and hopefully it's going to be able to fix itself as a Dylan Clark machine going to be on the move. And so is Roberto Ramirez there. And the 42 on the way. Justin Gibbs going to be in the mix as well. And Gibbs in the 93 going as we have a 5-minute group qualifying session. So it's anyone's guess as to who gets onto the top of the board here, and really could come down to any driver. So in unbelievable circumstances, we get things started here, and you're not going to miss a thing. As a matter of fact, you'll still see it on your screen. We're just going to make sure the timing and scoring is grabbing the right numbers. We truly don't want it to see the wrong things, and that is never what you want to see when you're broadcasting, as it looks like Dylan Clark alongside a few of the drivers grabbing the incorrect numbers, and we stay going at it as Toby Wedgwood going to be up there in the 52 Monster Machine. A beautiful design there, using the M and Monster Energy efficiently, and I actually do believe that a new Monster Energy scheme got revealed for Tyler Reddick's number 45, and a much different look there, inverting the green and the black, giving it a bit more of a green base compared to what we've seen beforehand. But Toby Wedgwood keeping it classical with a new twist. That's the 52 now there with the 18, and right behind him there is the 21 as well. And they're all rolling nice and smooth. Kendall Kerr right beside Toby Wedgwood. As we get timing and scoring back on your screen, qualifying is underway, and you can see riding aboard with the 52 machine here, Toby Wedgwood among a sea of drivers, making it happen as he goes down to the inside line there, and it looks like it's going to stick for only a moment. As top of the board, it is going to be Dylan Clark once again. He has a lot of pace, and he looks like he has what it takes to keep himself up front all race long here at Nashville. He might just be the man to look out for all night long. Brad Kress going to be in second, and Casey Heschel going to be in third at the moment. Terry Brooks going to be position number 4 in the services and supply, number 23 machine. So it looks like a lot of drivers with a lot of pace. Adam Bozzi going to be in 5th, and Alan Koonman going to be in 7th. As Koonman going down to the inside line, they're going to make a bit of contact, so they are going to go all the way around. As Casey Heschel now on pit road, getting back out. This is calamity here at Nashville, and any driver has a chance to make it happen. Pushing the limits, Tyler Rush will rush into pit road and get himself a new car as he spins backwards there. Gonna almost touch another driver, able to save it, and no contact will be made as he pulls it right away. That's gonna be a bit of a scare there, and nothing gonna come of it as Scott Puckett now of SP Designs gonna be there in the 36, making his seasonal debut. And great to have Scott Puckett aboard as we get things started here. SP Designs, a great partner of the Highline Racing League, and we thoroughly hope that Scott Puckett has a great debut run here at Nashville. And that we will hope to see for the driver to the 36. Scott Puckett going to be in the way in the 14th spot. Dylan Clark there in that number 5. Second on the board is Ryan Potter by 1,000th of a second. Going to clear him and get himself up to the top of the charts here. And in group qualifying, you can go as many laps as you want. Dylan Clark at the moment is at 4, now 5 time laps. And Ryan Potter has had 3. Usually, in a situation like this anyway, 5 minutes would give guys at the most, or at default levels, 2 laps to get it settled. And now Dylan Clark going to come down on the inside, and guys are now going to have to think about their final runs and whether or not they will be able to improve just a bit more. As it stands, Ryan Potter now getting a long run in. He appears to be pretty confident with the way his car is running. As a 99 not going out once again to get a final short run in. And the window to get one in will happen to close in just about 20 seconds time. If you're not in pit row by about 1 minute to go, you won't have a new set of tires, and you will not have the shot at getting a good final run in. And it's all about opportunities, taking them when you can see them. As the 49 of Casey Heschel comes down to the stripe, Kendall Kerr now goes to the top of the roy, 11,000th of a second, and Dylan Clark back on the track. This is from his outlap. Let's see whether or not he's able to improve. This time by, it could be the big one. The 43 going to spin right in front of him, and now Dylan Clark, the man to watch. 57 seconds remaining here in qualifying. Is he going to go big, or is he going to go home here at Music City? It could be either of the 2 ways. There's the 5 machine there, coming down to the inside line, hugging the apex, coming off just a bit earlier than most other tracks, but able to merge perfectly there with the outside wall in a very striking blue, so much easier to see than tracks, say Daytona, where it's going to be a whiteout back straightaway wall. But you can see the 5 machine coming down from the inside line out, trying to make it happen. Ryan Potter going to be in second, Dylan Clark in third at the moment. Kendall Kerr on pole for now. Will Clark be able to usurp him? He will not. And this will be the money lap if he's able to get anything more out of the tank. Kendall Kerr coming back on the track once again. Matthew Rodriguez on pit road. Scott Wheeler going to be on pit road as well. It appears that is not the case. Wheeler still chasing more top 10 guys, separated by 1/10 of a second, but it looks like this will be it, as Roberto Ramirez is going to beat him right down to the line. That time by Kendall Kerr, top of the board, and he will take pole position here at the SP Designs 175. Kerr, top man here in qualifying. Let's get your starting grid before we get things started here at Nashville. Kendall Kerr, pole sitter, and he has the best spot in the entirety of the field as get things started. As Kendall Kerr still going to be in the track there, it looks like a little bit extra time to see if anyone's going to be able to finish a lap, although I do believe Kendall Kerr has pole locked in. And we'll get through your starting grid, or get started with your starting grid here and now. Kendall Kerr going to be top of the board with a 30.310, with Ryan Potter right beside him with 3.20. And then in third, it will be Dylan Clark, 1,000th behind the second place driver of Potter. Matthew Rodriguez going to be in the 4th spot, and Corey Blevins going to be in 5th, as Scott Wheeler is in 6th. Your defending champion looking to ride the momentum as Casey Heschel is in 7th. Scott Zellner going to be in P8, and Brad Crescent 9th, as Terry Brooks is in 10th. And then in 11th, it's going to be Chance Duckworth coming back once again, as Dylan Petit's going to be in the 12th spot, and 13th is Alan Koonman. 14th position going to be Roberto Ramirez, and Ramirez looking to make something happen here tonight, as is every other driver, as we get the cameras loaded in. Ryan Potter among the sea of drivers on the track so far. Kenny Brooks going to be in 15th, and Colton Gardner going to be in position number 16, as Adam Bozzi 17th, and Connor Holden in 18th. I. Smith 19th, Robert Kenny going to be in 20th, and Chad Winstead in 21st. Scott Puckett in 22nd, and Justin Gibbs in 23rd, with Mike Teller in 24th, and then Jeff Morash position number 25. Jason Harris in the 26th spot, going to be that number 88 machine, as Caleb Morris, he's 27th, Andrew Baker 28th, and Toby Wedgwood in 29th, with Tyler Rush in a rush in the 30th spot. He will try to make his way up from there on out. Then DJ Stagner, first driver on iRacing, is Austin Bloom going to be there as well. Dalton Beer, Dylan Body, And then the final 3 drivers, it looks like they will not be there, and Dylan Body will run shotgun tonight as we get things started. The starting grid mostly made up so far as 133 laps look to set the score and sell it indeed, as the drivers of the Highline Racing League ASC Services and Supply Series looking forward to putting on a great show. All but 2 drivers appear to be loaded in the front of the pack, and it looks like now Dylan Clark going to be there, and we are waiting on drivers such as Corey Blevins and Casey Heschel, as Lawrence Stazweski Jr. going to come into the chat. It's the Jonestown Jet. Caleb Morrissey got his fan support. If you want to chat and support your favorite driver, subscribe to the channel and stay subscribed for at least 1 minute, and you'll have unlimited access to chat whenever you want. Of course, wherever you want, wherever we're racing. We'd love to have your support, and it means the world as we get things started here in Nashville. A very wide track, although it is a short distance in terms of mileage. A lot of room for guys to go up, down, inside, out, and then some. So still, as we get things on a roll, and the pace car will have ignition this time through. 21 machine of Kendall Kerr certainly contemplating how he can make this one happen. He was involved in the 3-way championship battle last season. Not going to come out the victor, unfortunately, as Scott Wheeler did come out the victor. And Kerr looking to make it happen. Had a great season last time through, and now looking to make it a much better start and perhaps put himself in the dominating streak, as Matthew Rodriguez is going to be the only driver there on the banking there. As you can see, a few drivers go with them, and some guys opting to go to the banking already, perhaps warming up their tires, and some guys choosing to save some fuel. And that, while a very minor difference and very subtle difference, that doesn't mean all too much in terms of long run of it. It could be that extra amount of fuel that carries a driver to their first pit stop or their last if we go all the way green. Possibility with these guys, very clean, very respectful racers, and we wait to see a great show. Kendall Kerr with Ryan Potter, Dylan Clark, Matthew Rodriguez, Corey Blevins, Scott Wheeler, Casey Heschel, Scott Zellner, and Brad Kress as the show gets on the road here from Music City. The pace car are going to be coming in this time by, and we will leave it to the drivers of the Highline Racing League. Let's see what they've got in store. It's going to be Kendall Kerr leading Ryan Potter and the rest of the field down to the green flag for the first time. Green is out in the SP Designs 175. Let's go racing, led by Kerr. Let's see him go as they roar into the first turn immediately after they hit the start-finish line. 3 wide in the middle of the pack. We're roaring through Nashville. And everyone comes through nice and smooth. 3 wide going to be there in the middle of the pack for only a moment. Guys get it settled, get it on their way, as it looks like everyone going to be all good. No caution, no wreck just yet. And Caleb Morrissey going to be there. Jason Harris alongside him. DJ Stagner in the back of the field. Dalton Beer riding shotgun. 33 cars going to be able to make it into the first segment of this event, as Scott Wheeler going to be mired back in 7th, and Kendall Kerr leads that first lap by a 1/10 of a second. First lap already over with. What a fast lap there, and you'll see that these guys are flying through 1 mile and a third, and it is a bit of a slower track, as a matter of fact, compared to, say, the 1.5 miles of Charlotte and Texas, but still, they're able to make up a lot of distance in a lot of time as Ryan Potter goes down to the inside line and tries to make it happen for the lead. The Swamp Motorsports machine goes down there, and Kendall Kerr will have to hold off on the high side, and let's see if these different lines are able to make it happen. A dynamic track is working here, and that time by, it works in Ryan Potter's favor. The inside line going to be able to take him home and put him in the lead 2 laps in. At a 1:33, we'll head to lap 3 this time by, and it's going to be led by, of course, Ryan Potter. Kendall Kerr going to be in 2nd, and Dylan Clark going to be in 3rd. As Matthew Rodriguez is in 4th, and Corey Blevins is in 5th. Heschel 6th, Wheeler in 7th, and Scott Zellner is going to be in 8th. The Scots are now lined up position 7 and 8. Brad Kress going to be in 9th, and Dylan Petit going to be in 10th. As you can see, side by side, they were for a moment. Terry Brooks and Dylan Petit. Petit has the edge for now. On the outside line, able to work for him, but he gets a bit squirrely. Going to have to go all the way up high, and he's going to lose a bit of time, maybe a bit more speed than he wanted to. As we get back to the show here, and roar on through. They come down to that segment of the circuit just after the start-finish line, and flyby of grandstands with a lot of fans standing. Nobody in their seats just yet, as we are looking forward to an exciting, enticing race. And we hope you enjoyed it, as Ryan Potter going to be leading the way alongside the remainder of the field. As you can see, Kendall Kerr playing defense here, and tires might just already be wearing. As that time by, Kendall Kerr about a 1/10 of a second slower than Ryan Potter. The draft not working out in his favor, and the 99 might just be pushing a bit harder for now, as 4 laps in, no caution in sight. We keep it rolling now. Corey Blevins goes up to the high side on Dylan Clark. Matthew Rodriguez going to be there in 5th, and Casey Heschel there in position number 6. Scott Wheeler going to be in 7th position, and now it looks like the 97 machine trying to catch up to the guys, including the 49 and the 51. Let's ride on board with Scott Wheeler and see if he's doing it. And as we take a more in-depth look at Scott Wheeler, The subdued gold and white paint scheme, a bit of a different look compared to the vibrant look he had earlier on in last season. Wheeler looking to tactfully and calculated, or rather, make a calculated move and tactfully make his way by these guys up in the front of the pack as Scott Wheeler now goes down to the inside line of Matthew Rodriguez. And it looks like they'll be double foul entering the back straightaway, and it looks like Rodriguez is going to be the guy who has to give, as Wheeler has the edge that time through 6 laps in out of 133, and Colton Gardner going to be side by side with Robert Kenny. Gardner is going to be all the way up to the high side, not going to be able to make anything happen that time by, as the 10 holds on strong. The 40 sponsored by W Energy looking to make it happen here, but it looks like it would not happen that time through. It's just going to have to stick to the high side and hope for the best. As the 36, Scott Puckett going to be there as well. And as the entirety of the field is in frame now, Toby Wedgwood going to be about 8 seconds off of the pack. And it looks like the rest of the field are going to be separated by 5 seconds. Dalton Beer going to be in the 38 machine. DJ Stagner is in 31st. And he's now going to be up there in 31st due to looks like a side-by-side battle there. He's going to be right there with Andrew Baker trying to make something happen as he's going to shake it. And Andrew's going to try to bake it as they go double file for position number 31. Very early so far. 8 laps in out of 133. Nice and respectful racing. Everyone here trying to make sure they're able to run it out into the very last lap. And we could see fuel cycles coming to the equation very soon at this rate. Morash there side-by-side with Alan Koeman. And Koeman going to have to lay back for now and try to make something happen very later on. Last season, we saw that Alan Koeman was sort of a great driver when it came down to running people back after a poor qualifying run. Sometimes you start outside of the top 20, sometimes even outside the top 25, and eventually come home with a nice solid top 5, top 10 day. So Koeman knows what it takes to make it happen in circumstances where it is just not going his way. Right now, he's going to have to be calm and collected if he wants to make that happen once again. Scott Puckett going to be there right in front of Robert Kennedy and right in front of course, Kenny Brooks. And Kenny going to be there as the Kenny machines are right behind Puckett, and Colton Gardner looks to be in the mix as well. As Colton Gardner now going to be side by side with Connor Holden, 10 laps in out of 133. The drivers up front holding on nice and smooth. Chance Duckworth in the 28. There as Roberto Ramirez in the 42. Holds on strong and makes his way down the back straightaway. 10 laps in out of 133. Dylan Petit going to be in 11th right now as Brad Kress is in the 10th spot in the 29. And gaining in slowly but surely on Matthew Rodriguez. Terry Brooks going to be in 8th as it looks like right in front is Scott Zellner catching up to the leaders. Ryan Potter building a gap in the battle for second as he's almost out of frame entirely compared to the guys in second, and they're on out as Ryan Potter holds on strong. 11 laps in out of 133. It is not an endurance race. It is not a sprint. It is somewhere in between, and it all comes down to managing your strategy no matter how the race goes. If it gets sluggish, if it gets to have a lot of cautions, you got to have the perfect mechanisms to go in at the right times and stay out at the wrong ones. As Corey Levin's going to go side by side with Dylan Clark. No contact there. They're getting close to rubbing up on each other, but they're able to keep it nice and smooth. Dylan Clark going to be able to get the edge that time by, and we'll see whether or not they go side by side as riding on board with the 5 machine once again. This is Dylan Clark as he sees Corey Blevins go side by side with Casey Heschel. Heschel does not win that battle, and it will be a slide up there. A slide job going to work out for the driver to number 49, and he'll be side by side with that 13 as the 5 of Dylan Clark holds on strong. 12 in, and it looks like Corey Blevins goes high, and look at that. Casey Heschel going to go crazy there and make it happen as Corey Blevins going to fall down the running order. Dylan Clark is up to 3rd, and Scott Wheeler going to go side by side with the driver of that number 13. Now, it looks like Scott Wheeler gaining in slowly but surely, able to pass Corey Blevins as Blevins might just be wearing his tires out just a bit too early, and that is something you don't want to see as a driver. Wearing out tires early is to the detriment of not only you, but guys trying to avoid you in the battle for the, of course, position they're in. Sometimes the battle for the lead is to go 3 wide for the second. Dylan Clark able to make it happen that time by. Casey Heschel also makes it through, and now Kendall Kerr fading back, but Ryan Potter leads by a total of almost 2 seconds. Unbelievable as he's making it happen lap after lap, time after time. And he now has an edge over 2 seconds for only a moment. Now it's about 1.5 seconds, but he still has a great edge, and he's running nice and smooth. See, nobody on his level. Let's check back to the middle of the pack here. Some guys side by side. Right now, it looks like they will be side by side for only a moment, including Robert Tenney, but Chad Winstead going to go side by side with Colton Gardner. And Winstead in the number 34 there on your screen with the Valvoline sponsorship going through on Colton Gardner. Gardner trying to hold on the outside line. Looks like he has something going there, but it doesn't work for all too long as he still stays double file with Winstead. Winstead not able to clear him that time by, and Gardner trying to prove that he has something special there. As the 40 sees the 34 go down the low line, and he makes it so. Now now Chad Winstead holding on strong. Colton Gardner not able to make much happen. Kenny Brooks going to be there on the 54 machine, and driver of that number 54 in the 17 spot with Robert Kenny in the 10. Holding on nice and smooth. Roberto Ramirez now going to go up to the high side as Chad Winstead on a tear here, trying to get into the top 15 as he goes side by side with Ramirez, and they come down the stripe for lap 16 of 133. Now it looks like Adam Bozzi going to be side by side with Mike Tellier there, and they will have it made as they have a lot of room, and that is what I mentioned beforehand. When it comes down to a track like Nashville, so much room, even it is not a long distance in terms of mileage. It's almost like the room you see at a track like Michigan or Auto Club condensed into the form factor of a place like, well, there's not much quite like it. Say, maybe New Hampshire, and between New Hampshire and Texas in terms of length, but still a very unique prosperity. Some guys could have prosperity with this, but a very unique proposition for these guys as we keep rolling. It's double file. They're going to be side by side in the 93, and that's going to be Justin Gibbs there as Alan Cumley going to be falling back. He's going to be right there with Adam Bozzi to go 3 wide for a moment. And it looks like Mike Tellier going to be able to get the advantage out of that one. Cumlin has to run to the high side too. So Bozzi loses 2 for 1 there, and the 8 machine goes side by side with the 47. Double file, they all roll nice and smooth, end-to-end, stripe to stripe. They've been clean so far, and 18 laps in as Tyler Rush going to go side by side there with Austin Bloom. It looks like still clean in the back of the pack as well. Toby Wedgwood going to be 12 seconds off, but slowly but surely gaining another driver such as Scott Puckett, and Puckett fading to the back of the field as Ty Smith still is in frame. It looks like Andrew Baker losing a lot of spots himself as Jeff Morash going to be right behind of DJ Stagner and Caleb Morrissey. Stagner going to go down in the inside line, and Morrissey going to try to hold on, but not going to be able to make it so. DJ Stagner in the 64 makes it happen and keeps it rolling here in Nashville. But Morrissey going to be right in the rear end there as Connor Holden going to be position number 12 now as the 81 machine. See, his teammate is still out front by 1.3 seconds. Casey Heschel gaining in slowly but surely, but it has not been enough to make a substantial advancement on the leader. The 49 there with the 21 and the 97 there in 4th. Dylan Clark is in 5th. Scott Zellner is in 6th. Terry Brooks is in 7th. And Brad Kress is in position number 8. Matthew Rodriguez is in the position number 9 now. And rounding at the top 10 is Dylan Petit. And it looks like a great run for the 51 and the 31 teammates. And they are rounding out top 10 in style. 20 laps in, no caution, and this is great to see. Ryan Potter still leading, and it looks like a healthy battle for second, not controlling all too much when it comes down to the lead that the leader has, as it looks like Ryan Potter is now beginning to get some gain on him, as they are now separated by less than a second. Ryan Potter leads by about 9/10 here over Casey Heschel. Is coming down the front straightaway once again. Heschel able to gain, and it looks like the turns helping him as well. Potter, no draft, no assistance from the rear, not able to cut a big hole in the air, so aerodynamics might be not to his advantage as the 99 slowly but surely getting reared in by the remainder of this field. Dylan Clark holding on in 5th and Scott Zellner in 6th as Brad Kress is in 7th and Terry Brooks is in 8th. Let's check the back of the pack again, see what's going on as the battle going to be side by side. Colton Gardner is with Caleb Morrissey, or was with Caleb Morrissey, as Gardner falls back into 24th position. Side by side, it looks like Kenny Brooks is going to be having the 54 machine going to be there with Adam Bozzi. Bozzi on the inside now is able to slot in 20th position or so. Now going to be up to 18th as he passes Kenny Brooks for 19th. And Brooks sent down the P19 once again. And holding on the outside line, it looks like a groove is developing up there. And it looks like it's working out better for him than anyone else so far, but still not going to be able to hold on or not keep that spot as Adam Bozzi now just about clear, and this time by he will be 22 laps in. And Bozzi taking it for now, but they are far from done battling for it as still going through this one. Kenny Brooks gets in the wall, loses an awful lot of time, and he's going to close in slowly but surely and have the 47 machine of Mike Tellier go all the way high. And this battle is brewing. Caleb Morrissey, now we're going to talk about something that happened last week, but Caleb Morrissey and Kenny Brooks got involved with an altercation very late into last week's event. Morrissey was not happy at all, but right now it looks like he's just going to race it nice and clean. Payback, well, the best revenge is success, and Morrissey able to pass Kenny Brooks there and make it so. 23 laps in. Nice respectful racing in spite of anything that's happened beforehand. It looks like still respect is part of the code here as they keep it going. 24 now. It looks like Ryan Potter getting gained in on slowly but surely. And Casey Heschel is the man bringing in Kendall Kerr right with them. A great start for Potter might not play off in the long run, as he's been able to get a great run, that is for certain. But now with guys slowly but surely reeling him in, what will he do? Watching on the rear end here, the driver number 99 has to think, as it just looks like these two are working as one. They're attached at the hip, and bumper to bumper, they have been lap after lap, turn after turn, and gaining in no matter what they do, inch after inch. They keep moving. And you can see the move made by the driver of the number 49 machine. He just takes it in a bit earlier to the inside line compared to Potter. And let's look at it once again. You can see diving down the inside line. He just has the grip and control to do that time after time. Consistency, it is key and undeniable. That it's going to be used well by Casey Heschel and Kendall Kerr to gain in under current race leader. And current, it could be not for much longer. The way these guys are moving, Ryan Potter and Casey Heschel, they could have an altercation, they could have an incident, and they could have a great battle for the lead. That is for sure. As we head back to the TV cameras, and Casey Heschel is on the run. Kendall Kerr going to be in third position, as it looks like now Scott Wheeler in frame in fourth as they go side by side. Dylan Clark and Brad Crest do. Two Chevrolets chasing a Ford there, but it looks like the 5 might have the edge in momentum. The inside line, it seems to be the oh-so-dominant one so far in tonight's going. The 97, he knows this. He has that line for the taking. Nobody distracting him or nobody concealing or taking away his compromising line. That's not what he wants to see, as the 5 and 29 stay straight and keep it nice and cool. 27 in, out of 133. Side by side, Jason Harris going to go with Kenny Brooks that time by, and you can see Mike Tellier going to be right in front of it, and Tyler Rush going to be right behind them. And you can see the 88 going to be side by side there with the 54, nice and smooth. Nothing going on just yet, as the 54 gets the edge over the 47 and Tellier going to be in the mix as well. And Ty Smith now going to be 3 laps down. And he might just be done for the night. We'll take a look at what just happened, as it looks like he might be the first retiree on the night. And he came down, as it looks like he was just running there in the back of the field with Toby Wedgwood. And he might have just came down as a result. It does not look like any specific incident. However, we are not for sure. This could be the first wreck of the night, and we will find out, as he's already down the back straight when it looks like something happening there, as he certainly just came down pit road, and that might just been done and done for the driver of the 8C machine. Ty Smith down and out, as Kendall Kerr going to be coming right across the front stretch. And now your race leader, as we will take an instant replay on that and find out how we got the race lead, as Casey Heschel goes side by side with Ryan Potter there. And this is when it begins to brew. The 49 goes in, and so does Kendall Kerr, but it looks like Heschel might have gone just a bit too deep here, as Kerr able to get that perfect exit and send himself home free, as he gets a nice charge off the front stretch. And it looks like turns 1 and 2, the place to be for the driver of the number 49, and the place to be for the 21 as well, as Kendall Kerr dives in at the right time and makes it so. And you can see he gets that lane and he gets that perfect grip, and it looks like he is a rocket ship or a slot car attached to that track. And now Kendall Kerr leads over Casey Heschel and Ryan Potter down in third, as it looks like Brad Crest going to be there with Scott Wheeler, and Crest does lead Wheeler, as Dylan Clark going to be losing some of that time, now down into 6th. Terry Brooks is in 7th, and Dylan Petit is in 8th, as Matthew Rodriguez is in 9th. Chance Duckworth back to position number 10, as Scott Zellner's 11th, and Connor Holden is in 12th. Roberto Ramirez is in 13th. And apologies there, Chad Winstead is in 14th. And how about that? That one took my breath away. A great pass there for Chad Winstead to get himself up into 15th, and it literally took my breath away, as he is now in the mix trying to chase down the guys in the top 10, as Kendall Kerr is still your race leader. And now Justin Gibbs going to go side by side with Caleb Morrissey, and 31 laps through, these guys continue to move, and DJ Stagner right behind him. The 6 to 93 and the 64 hold on quite nicely, as they are coming into the first 33 laps of this event. Nice, smooth, and pit cycles will come into the equation sometime soon as we get going here. And you can see that Caleb Morrissey machine just has what it takes, as Morrissey able to make it into 17th now. And Justin Gibbs now has to fight for 18th with DJ Stagner there. It's coming down the line. They all roll on. And Roberto Ramirez going to be right behind Scott Zellner. Zellner, the all-time winningest driver in this series, looking to make one more tonight. We'll see whether or not strategy falls in his favor. But as it stands, I think strategy falls in the favor of those up front in the top 10, to say the least, as as Heschel still is fighting Kendall Kerr, and they keep it moving. The 21 and the 49 have cleared everyone, including the 99, and with Ryan Potter falling back, it's all about what these guys have in front. The 49 and the 21 have all the clean air and all the momentum that they would need to make this one theirs, and victory, well, it could be theirs, so long as they keep it out in front with no damage and no issue. Convenience of having that clean air, well, it is evident as they come down to the strike once again. Now 100 laps remain here from Nashville, and the driver of the number 21 machine still holding on from Casey Heschel. Heschel was able to lead that run up into Ryan Potter, and that might just be the reason that he's right behind him now, because it looks like he might have just burned up his stuff. Unfortunately, it's just not worked out his way, and the 49 machine losing time slowly but surely. And look at that. Let's take a lap over with the driver of the number 49 machine and hear it uninterrupted what he's doing as it stands. You would hear the delicate pedal movement and a delicate use of the wheel. The wheel work, well, you don't necessarily hear it, but you can hear very little tire scrubbing, and that is the name of the game for a driver such as Heschel. You want to be very delicate with every single piece of your car, especially if you push just a bit too hard, a bit too early. But as it stands, Kendall Kerr is running away with this one as single file. The good majority of the field is now as side by side. Robert Kenny is with Austin Bloom. Bloom in the number 3 machine looks like he's going to lose that spot that time by, and the 10 would hold on to his advantage, and while it is minor, it just might work out in his favor if he's able to keep it, and we will see whether or not he does. As it stands, Kenny able to take home 24th for now. He's looking to make up just a bit more, maybe a lot more as the night goes on, as 97 remain, and Kendall Kerr holds on by about a quarter of a second over the remainder of the field. And now Ryan Potter in 3rd, Brad Kress is in 4th, and Dylan Clark going to be in 5th in the number 5 machine, and he's lining up perfectly there, able to get by Scott Wheeler, as Wheeler might have burned up his stuff, as Terry Brooks in the number 23 machine is now making himself known as well. Undeniable that things are working out in the favor of that number 31, making up more and more time as the night has gone, and it looks like he will continue to do so as we get this race into the swing of things. The first 38 laps underway. If you enjoy the channel, enjoy the action, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated as we bring to you end-to-end coverage as a Highline Racing League every week. If you watch this often, we'd love to have your subscription, and your support means the world, and we couldn't do it without you. As Kendall Kerr going to lead him down once again, and he couldn't get to the lead without the help of Casey Heschel. Right now, he's taking it for his own independence. It helps him a lot as clean air keeping him out in front, and now Ryan Potter able to make himself back into the front runners, and Potter was just about a second out of this battle, and look at him now. He is within 0.3 of a second and then some. When it comes to the top 2 guys, where they pulled away for a moment, now they all reeled each other right back in. So Potter, this isn't Harry Potter, but he's going to have to use some wizardry to keep himself in the mix, as tires that might be shot when he knows the magic here, and he's able to keep himself right there with the top 3. Casey Heschel still in 2nd as he's going to go up to the higher lane compared to the driver of the number 49 machine. 94 laps to go, no sign of yellow, so you're just going to have to be better lap after lap. The small things that will get you the big victories in situations such as this, and you can see Colton Gardner going to be coming down pit road according to timing and scoring. That is not the case, although Gardner scored as your leader for a moment as the caution comes out, and that is going to be for what appears to be nothing. But it might just be a stage break. Everyone's still on the track, and that will bunch everyone up. No, it's going to be multiple cars getting way slow. However, we don't see an incident on the service telemetry shows. Nothing that we can tell, at the very least, as Colton Gardner was indeed blinking, but there doesn't appear to be an incident. Everyone on the track, according to time and scoring, looks just fine. I mean, nobody's going to come down when it comes to some incidents, but everyone gets back down and everyone looks nice and easy. We don't see smoke on the racing surface, and that might just end up counting as our first stage break there, as Kendall Kerr should be the man that gets it done, and that is caution number 1, bunching the field back up. Everyone still seems to have a clean car, nice and smooth. We've been racing it, and that will bring us to second stage. Of course, the first stage appeared to be won there by Kendall Kerr, as we have our first caution of the night, bunching everyone and everything back together. Pit cycle underway here in Nashville. Lefty gets the edge, as it looks like he's going to lead the entirety of the field down. Kendall Kerr does, and it's all about the exit here. As you can see, the pace car going to be coming in this time through. Kendall Kerr going to be right there in the mix, and the 21 leads them all down as the entirety of the field. It looks like everyone in this race, at the very least, and that will be all 33 drivers on pit road for the first time tonight. And let's see what they've got in store. Kendall Kerr going to most likely be able to take 4 tires of fuel that time by. Everyone's still on pit road. Some guys rolling off as it is, but Kerr going to be able to get it over Casey Heschel just barely, as the remainder of the field going to follow him, including Ryan Potter. And it looks like actually no, Casey Heschel gets it done. And how about that? The entirety of the field still going. Justin Gibbs going to go there. Jason Harris. And then it looks like Tyler Rush, Austin Bloom, Kenny Brooks. Then it's going to be Corey Blevins. Then Dalton Beer, Toby Wedgwood. As according to timing and scoring, Casey Heschel gets the edge and gets the spot top of the board. 92 laps to go. It is Casey Heschel, as your first caution has come out on the night. 40 laps caution free, and the man out front is the man in that number 49, and I don't believe we can get a word with him right now, although it does look like we might just be able to. So how about we get our first interview of the night so far, and it will be with the driver of the 49 in Casey Heschel for Misfit Mafia, leading the way, and let's see how he feels as we get this thing started. First interview of the night, and certainly going to be feeling good about the car, as it has been moving in his favor. As it stands leading the way, 42 laps in, 49 machine. Casey Heschel, how's it feeling up front?
Oh, I have no clue. I was pretty good there towards the end of that run. Kendall and I were about the same, but Brad Kress was catching us there, and Ryan Potter somehow found some speed after knocking the wall down 4 or 5 times. So I don't know. We'll see how this next run goes.
And absolutely looking forward to this next run. Now, this is actually something that we weren't able to decipher. What's the reason for the caution? Because it looks like even the back of the pack was all clean. Was it something that we weren't able to catch because we're still looking for a replay?
I have no clue, to be honest. I haven't seen any smoke or anything like that. I don't know if Toby maybe accidentally hit a button or what.
Well, nonetheless, been a very clean race so far. What do you expect as we get back to it this time by? Will cautions breed more cautions, or will we be able to get back to the great racing we've seen so far?
I think we'll get back green here and have another long run. Entering pit road under green is going to be tough, so there might be a yellow for some people maybe not calling out that they're coming to pit road and getting wrecked. So we'll kind of see here and see how the strategy plays out.
And absolutely. Now, when it comes down to, of course, being on pit road, how long were we until we got to a pit cycle under green? And it looks like we got through about almost 40 laps there. How much more could these cars could have taken before we had to come down under green?
I'd say probably 10 or 15 laps just on tires alone. Fuel, you could have gone another, I think it said 30 laps or so there. So tires are the name of the game right now. So we'll see who can save the most and be there at the end.
And there we have it. Casey Heschel, 1 lap to green. So any final thoughts?
Oh, I have no clue. Hopefully I can do what I just did and kind of stay up front here.
There we have it. Casey Heschel over Misfit Mafia up front on the high side here, looking to lead them back to the green. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
There we have it. Going to try Casey Heschel right back in as we get back to the coverage here. Heschel leading the way with Kendall Kerr in second and Scott Wheeler in the third position. As it stands, 90 laps remaining. We're going to hear them roar into the series of turns that are right after the start-finish. The first and second, Heschel, Kerr, and then Scott Wheeler with Ryan Potter. And rounding out the top 5, it is Matthew Rodriguez as we wait to get this one underway for the first restart of the night. Heschel with Kerr, 1-2. And it's going to be Wheeler with Ryan Potter as we get back underway. And the pace car going to be diving in that time by. Let's hear them roar. The drivers of the Highline Racing League getting ready for the first restart of the night as we are double foul. It's going to be Heschel leading them in, and green flags out, led by Heschel with Kendall Kerr right behind him as we head back to the show. Great restart for the number 49. Let's hear them roar in. And it looks like a great start there for the driver of the number 49 machine, Kendall Kerr in a second. And the remainder of the field goes as follows. It's going to be Kendall Kerr in third, Ryan Potter in fourth. And it looks like now it's going to be Scott Wheeler in fourth as Ryan Potter able to get by for third. And double foul in the back of the pack. We're already looking at it 2 wide. not a lot of 3 wide just yet, although it does look like Roberto Ramirez is going to be able to go 3 wide there, and he's in a sea of drivers as everyone rolling hot and heavy. Coming out of the inside line, the 27 goes with the 42. Caleb Morrissey in there as well. You see double foul as Caleb Morrissey get able to hold on there, and Roberto Ramirez has a lot of pressure on that rear end. Let's take a look there and see what's going on as he's got not one but 2 drivers on 2 lanes, pressuring him at 88 laps to go. You can see now at 87, he's having to block both lanes, and you can see with the braking and the letting off, it's a much more of a challenge than if it were a track like Daytona. If you got the runs with guys in front of you and other guys who were able to block them, well, it'll be a little easier, even though Daytona SuperSpeedway blocking is a challenge. Casey Ashel out in front has to worry about nothing of the sort. Kendall Kerr fading back just a bit more, and Ryan Potter is in third. These guys up front, while they're holding on, are slowly but surely losing time as double fouls going to be Chad Winstead with Scott Zellner, Adam Bozzi with Justin Gibbs, and everyone up front in this top 10, top 15 group is going to be right there as Alan Koeman going to be able to hang on as well. Koeman coming from the back of the pack in the mid-20 zone is now up to the top 15. Might just be able to make just a bit more habit as night goes on. Some Alan Koeman magic is being worked up here as the Bass Pro Shops machine is putting on a professional run, and he's going to be able to get to the inside there on Justin Gibbs and perhaps make a run there, but not going to be able to make it happen as Caleb Morrissey goes down to the inside and goes double foul once again. The track where braking and not using the gas 100% is a big thing. If you are not optimal every single turn in, every single turn out, someone else can get it a bit better than you, and they'll be able to sneak it in on you on the inside and the outside, wherever they are and whoever they are. They could just get that spot, and that is just what happened to Alan Koeman, as now Caleb Morrissey able to get it done on Justin Gibbs as well, if he's able to clear him at the very least, as double file the 6 and the 93 go. They keep it moving. And now Adam Bozzi able to clear the both of them. And Caleb Morrissey able to make it up into 14th. Bozzi at 13th. Scott Zellner is in 12th. Going up to the front of the pack here. Looks like they're all going to be able to keep it nice and smooth out in front. They are going to be single file the first 4 cars at the very least. As Kendall Kerr in 3rd, with Scott Wither in 4th, Brad Crescent 5th, and Matthew Rodriguez in 6th. And Dylan Petit going to be in position number 7. Dylan Clark now going to be in 8th, and Connor Holden in 9th. As these guys up front are going to be in a nice and smooth, conservative, consistent run. Back of the back going to be more chaotic as they're double foul, and they're shaking the camera as they come right up to it. And you can see down to the inside line, Mike Tellier going to be able to go on the driver of Tyler Rush. And Roberto Ramirez able to hold on as well. This is the battle just outside of the top 10. And everyone here knowing they might just have the pace to make it happen, but they have to be executing time after time perfectly here, as Mike Tellier going to be able to go to the inside line. Kenny Brooks going to have it one go in on Austin Bloom, and Bloom will have to make himself known. An high-side driver, and he keeps his lane, but not without losing a bit more time, and that time, of course, detrimental. If he loses a bit more than that, he's going to fall down even further. He's able to hold on nice and steady. The number 3 machine with Kenny Brooks battling for position number 22. Mike Tellier going to be there in 21st, as Tyler Rush going to be there in 20th. The DJ Stagner side by side there with Alan Koeman, as Adam Bozzi is going to be right there with Justin Gibbs. And just in time for Justin Gibbs as he tries to chase down Jason Harris at the same time, so he might be able to start out Koeman, all getting into the battle with the 88. 81 laps remain here, and we look at Terry Brooks. He's going to be in the 10th spot right now, holding on without incident. Not much going on for him. A nice and consistent run so far, just keeping it in the range that he wants to be in, the top 5, top 10. And he's right there in 10th with Chad Winstead chasing him. A very calm scene compared to what we've seen beforehand, as Alan Koeman still going to be side by side with DJ Stagger. These guys are not giving one another an inch. It's oh so close, and it's been madness time after time, run after run, like it's nothing. And you can see that no matter where they go, no matter when they go, they're able to make it happen, even if it is just a bit dicey. Alan Koeman on the high side there. And we'll take a look once again off the rear view camera. You can see DJ Stagner right beside him, riding on board. You see he not only has some guys right behind him trying to chase him in, but guys next to him trying to push him as well, and pushing to his limits. Alan Koeman is, as he holds on with a sea of drivers just about as fast as he is, going at the same pace. 80 laps remaining now becomes 79, and 54 through becomes 55. as these guys in the middle of the pack have to hold on with all they have. It takes a lot of grit and it takes a lot of power to hold on to these things, as Alan Kuhlman going to come home with the leaders right in frame there. Ryan Potter now leading from Kendall Kerr, as Casey Heschel is in third, and Potter has a great short run car, and that is far from questionable. As you can see, whenever we get these shorter runs, he's able to just run away like it is nothing, but occasionally it seems like guys like Kendall Kerr and Casey Heschel are just able to make it happen on that longer run, and when that happens, it looks like Potter's just not able to recover until a yellow comes out and pit cycles get back underway. That could be the winning factor for a guy like a 21-49, and not for the driver of the 99. We will see how that goes as the night goes on. Potter still leading the way here. 78 laps remaining in the SB Designs 175. We are moving on into about our second stage's conclusion in just about 14 odd laps. And the driver of the number 99 machine for Swamp Motorsports has been able to take it by storm, as Matthew Rodriguez going to be side by side with Dylan Clark. And you can see they are now going to be single file, but now only for a moment as the 51 and 31 go at it once again, and the 5 able to take it away as two teammates chasing down Dylan Clark, and all it has been is nice and smooth action, respect given and taken, as the 5 machine able to make it once again out in front of the 51 and 31. Dylan Petit going to be chasing down Rodriguez. Both of these drivers having a great run, but still looking for just a bit more. Dylan Clark going to slip right through both of their fingers. And still time to recover, still time to recuperate losses, as Connor holding right there as well in the number 81. So Swamp Motorsports has a lot of guys running in the top 10 now, and a few guys still trying to make their way up. The battle in the top 15 is mellowed out just a bit, but they're still oh so close, as now it's just around the 25th spot for side by side Corey Blevins and Roberto Ramirez, as Chance Duckworth there as well. Almost at the halfway point already. These guys in the middle of the pack putting on a great show. It doesn't matter where you are. These guys race for position like it is nothing. They race like it's the last lap at the same time. They're able to do it time after time. Consistency, it has been key. And no anybody has been more consistent than the driver of the 99 machine in Ryan Potter. And evidently, he's the one who's leading this race, as Casey Heschel is in second. Kendall Kerr is in third. And then Scott Wheeler in position number 4. So anyone up front, well, they still all have a great opportunity to get this victory, even if it doesn't come their way very early. Pit strategy could come into play within the next 40, maybe even 50 laps. And if it does, well, it's going to be a lot more troublesome for guys in the back to be able to get a good run than it is for guys in the top 5, top 10, top 15 to make it so and get themselves separated from those right behind them. In races like this, and nights like this, where cautions are sparse, they separate the best of the drivers from those that are just not able to make the cut in the long run. And while that is, of course, maybe a bit harsh to say, a lot of great drivers here, some guys are just able to stick through the test of time and make themselves known in longer runs and longer events. Ryan Potter being one of which, as the 99 machine has burst onto the scene in this season, and he's holding on to the number 99 machine quite nicely, as Casey Heschel is in second, Kendall Kerr is in third, and Scott Wheeler is in fourth, with Brad Kress position number 5, and then Dylan Clark in 6, as Matthew Rodriguez is in 7. Holden going to be in the 8th spot, and Dylan Petit going to be in 9th, as then Terry Brooks going to be in the 10th position, as Chad Winstead goes in to 11th, as the Valvoline 34 going to be chasing in on the guys in the top 10, as Terry Brooks gains some traction and gains some time, and the guys including the 31 and the 51, as he looks at the 81 going to be there as well. And a multitude of drivers from Terry Brooks to take a pick at as he goes down to the inside line of the 31, and this could be it. You're going to pass in on Dylan Petit, and that it does appear to be. We'll see whether or not it's able to stick. No slide job just yet, and it might not be a slide job at all. A great maneuver there for the driver of the number 23 machine, and it looks like Terry Brooks able to make that one happen. Nice and smooth. 71 laps to go, and we are just a few laps away from our second stage break. Matthew Rodriguez for Caterpillar here comes into frame. We come to our second caution, and Austin Bloom going to be involved in that one, it appears. Let's check an instant replay and find out just what happened. Green machine gets into the wall there, so we're going to take it back just a bit more. 3 wide with Corey Blevins and Mike Tellier. And it looks like nothing happens just yet. They were 3 wide, and then he might have just taken it in. No, it's netcode. Big time netcode takes the 47-3 into the wall. And that brings us to our second caution of the night. Unfortunate to see as Austin Bloom going to have some netcode causing that issue. 70 laps remain, and we have to wait to get back to the action. The 3 machine with the 47 involved, and Austin Bloom loses the most time out of that one as we head back to the green. Just a few moments notice. 22 lap stint that one was, and Casey Heschel still leading the way here in Nashville. And we'll try to get a word from another driver as we are just getting things started here at World Center Racing. We were there last week, but now we're here in Music City as we look for another great show. Let's see if these guys come down pit road. If they don't, we'll get an interview immediately. If they do, well, we'll just have to wait. If they come down pit road once again, Casey Hesch going to lead them in this time by, and he's going to be able to do some nice and smooth. The 49 holding on with the 21, and then the 99 in third. Following then, it's going to be the 97 of Scott Wheeler. Brad Kress going to be that 29 machine in fifth, and Dylan Clark in sixth, as Matthew Rodriguez in seventh. As they all come in, everything could get reshuffled once again, so don't hold your breath just yet. Let's find out who has that edge here on pit road. As guys come in for what should be another set of 4 tires and fuel, Casey Hesch going to be right there behind the driver of the 21. Scott Wheeler on his way, going to be able to beat out Kendall Kerr. Could be an alternate fuel strategy. We will see how it plays out. Caleb Morrissey coming out as well, and guys are certainly playing it just a bit different. Kendall Kerr going to be able to beat out Ryan Potter, but only just, as he's going to be right behind Scott Wheeler. Zellner, Caleb Morrissey going to be there in third, and Kendall Kerr is there in fourth, and we will have to ask him as pit strategy now coming into play in a bit more of an advanced way than we saw beforehand, as the driver of the 21 in Kendall Kerr now going to be position number 4 on the track. Kendall Kerr, as it stands, going to be 4th on the board and winning off pit road compared to Ryan Potter there, but how's it going to be, as it looks like some guys now playing different strategy calls?
Yeah, I really didn't know what to do there, but I think we can make it to the end on fuel, so I think some of these guys in front of me maybe just took fuel only. I expected this race to be long green flag runs, so hopefully we'll get that. So we only got one set laying, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here at the stage here at 70.
And absolutely coming to our second stage of the night here, and we're almost there as is. Do you think these guys are going to get aggressive for it, or will they wait for the final stage to go for the victory?
Well, I think they'll be somewhat aggressive. We don't pay points to the full top 10. We just give a playoff point to the winner. But I know Wheeler will be after that. So will Zellner, even Caleb. These guys are all championship contenders, so it'll be interesting. It's really a cat and mouse game of when to use your tires. It was really fun racing the 99 and the 49 during that first run, and hopefully we've been putting on a good show for you guys in the booth.
And it has been a great show, but tires do seem to be a big, important factor. So how much has tires been, how much tire degradation have you seen in the car so far, and how important has it been for your strategy calls?
I think the first time through, my right front was like a 70, right rear was like a 90 on the wear. So it's pretty severe. I mean, I don't think it's going to be any problem at all to go 70 laps on tires to the end. But it's definitely a factor for sure. You got to take care of the right side tires. This track is so rounded.
And absolutely a very unique track here at Nashville SuperSpeedway as we go 1 to green. Any final thoughts before we get back to the show?
Just appreciative to ASC Services and Supplies for jumping on board this season. Happy that we're getting full fields of 34 guys, and it's been a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys in the booth.
Absolutely. Kendall Kerr putting on a great show so far. Going to be lining up in position number 5. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Drag Kendall Kerr right back into his broadcasting segment there. Or rather, not necessarily broadcasting. They could be live on their own POV streams. But as it stands, Kendall Kerr going to go right back with his team in Black Top Racing. And we will hopefully hear from him later, putting on a great show. And a lot of these guys with a great chance at coming home as the victor. And any one of them could be the man comes out on top. As it stands, going to be led by the driver of the number 97 machine. If you enjoy the action, make sure to like and subscribe. Leaving a like and leaving a subscription. It's free and it is easy. And if you leave a subscription, you'll be eligible to chat whenever you want and support your favorite driver. We'd love to see you there. Your engagement with the channel, it means the world, and we hope to see more of it as the season goes on. The cross flags will leave next time by. We're halfway there. These guys, well, they're not living on a prayer. They're living on their tires, and we will see what they're able to do with them. Scott Wheeler going to lead them back in as we only have about 3 laps to go here in the stage. It's going to be all or nothing for the 97, the 2, and the 6. 3 of the 4 horsemen out in front. Green flags out once again, led by Scott Wheeler. and we are able to take them nice and easy down to the first segment of turns here. And there it goes, the driver of that number 97 able to hold on, and it looks like Caleb Morrissey going to be there as well. Scott Wheeler is there in front. Scott Zeller there in the top 5, so everyone up front able to hold on, and nobody out of paces. Now Caleb Morrissey go down the inside line, going for the race lead. Could be a new race leader. This could be it as the 6 goes down to the inside, and it's Ryan Potter right behind him. This is intense, and the seats here in Nashville are changing as we come down to lap 69 of 133. Lap 70's conclusion will be the end of this stage break, so this is huge. If these guys want to get it done, they need to get it done here and now. As they all roar by, it will come down to this. Morrissey now is your stage leader, and we're watching up with Scott Wheeler. Let's do that once again. Ryan Potter now going to be on his inside line, and Caleb Morrissey still holding on. And this could be good news for the driver of the number 6 machine. He could be able to hold on nice and smooth. It's been a delicate touch for the driver of the number 6 as he tries to get that one playoff point eligible. If he's able to get this victory, 1 lap to go here in the stage. Ryan Potter goes over the high side, and we got a wreck in the back. It's going to be Dylan Petit, and it looks like that could be a caution, and that it might end up being caution. Going to come out late, and that's going to disadvantage Caleb Morrissey, and Ryan Potter comes home as your stage winner. Cautioned out. Let's find out just what happened. Take a look back here. You will see, as coming to the line there, these guys were down in about 10th, 15th. We should be able to take a quick look. So it looks like Dylan Clark going to be able to clear himself onto Dylan Petit. And they slide up against Kenny Brooks there. And that's not the catalyst of the incident there. So we'll check a different angle and see just why that incident came into procedure. As Dylan Petit going to be there. We will take it back once again and try to take it from a different angle. And Dylan Clark going to have a moment there as it looks like Scott Wheeler going to get into Zellner and then get into Dylan Clark. And they go down off of the racing surface. And they slide back up. And look at that. Kenny Brooks, big time hit there. Colton Gardner, Toby Wedgwood, Dalton Beer. Going to be almost caught up in that. But that looks to be Scott Puckett. As no, it is not Beer. It will indeed be Colton Gardner there, Jeff Morash, huge hit for a lot of guys in the middle of the pack. And this brings us to the conclusion of the second stage. Ryan Potter comes home as your stage winner, and we get these guys restacked and re-racked with 63 laps remaining. And now, hopefully, we'll be able to get a long green flag running. I think some aggression came into play as guys were going for that final stage of victory. As now it's all about what you got in the tank. As it looks like Caleb Morrissey going to be falling down the running order as it stands. Looks like he's going to be able to come down onto pit road. Morrissey, actually, he's not on pit road according to time and scoring. However, that does not appear to be the case. Caleb Morrissey back out on track there with Kenny Brooks and Dylan Petit limping his car in. Dylan Clark there as well. Scott Wheeler there with Scott Zellner. So teammates making it happen here as it looks like the 4 horsemen going to be on their way, led by Morrissey. Then it's going to be Wheeler and Zellner. And that strategy, getting that stage victory, not going to work out for them as Ryan Potter comes home as the second stage winner. And watching on board with the driver of the 99, even at low speed, you can see how bumpy this track, Nashville SuperSpeedway, is. Unbelievable. The physicality of this track, it is evident as the 99 holds on with nobody in sight. He is out in front and in his own world. The 99 for Swamp Motorsports, the best man on the circuit so far. We will see how long he can stay the best man, and still a lot has to go through for him to come home as the victor. 62 laps remaining here in Nashville, and it's anyone's guess as to who will come home on the top victorious here as the Music City getting ready to light up once again, and it will be like a concert when these engines are roaring once more as the iRacing official pace car leads them down and in once again. Slowly but surely, wait for the show to get back on the road. The show indeed could get there as we are 61 laps remaining. Looks like Ryan Potter going to be the man who's leading the way. Let's see whether or not he's available for comment, and if he is, we would try to get him in, although it does not look like that is the case. So Ryan Potter, not one of the guys we can talk to just yet, although I will look once again and no, that is not the case. Ryan Potter, we could get a word with. So how about we talk to your current race leader, and that is the 99 machine of Ryan Potter, currently leading the way so far, and he's doing a great job while he is at it. Second stage win for Ryan Potter as he's going to win stage number 2 there. So how are you feeling as the car has been running real well for you? 61 laps to go, past halfway. What's the move from here on out?
Hopefully just keep the tires under me, because that was my issue with the first 2 runs. I just got I got to the lead and kind of just got too hard on the right front and just kind of killed it there. But I mean, actually, the first one wasn't too bad because I was actually able to keep with them after they passed me. But yeah, we'll see.
And tires are playing a big factor into tonight's strategy, so how important is it to conserve them as long runs are going to go back into effect?
It's going to be pretty important. I mean, like I said, you've seen how me getting out to the lead, I'll stay out there for 20 laps, but then they'll come right back to me and catch me. So I think just keeping the tires under me and trying to keep as much track position as I can is kind of the name of the game today.
Absolutely appears to be the name of the game. Now 1 lap to green, so any final thoughts before we let you back to your team?
I don't think so.
There we have it. Ryan Potter going to be the top of the board here as the driver of the 99 holds him off with 60 laps remaining on the charts. Thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you.
Drag him right back in. Ryan Potter back on the move there as the driver of the 99 is still holding on. Kendall Kerr is in second. And now his teammate in Connor Holden is in third. So Swamp Motorsports has first and third on that inside line. They'll be able to stack up very, very quickly. Will come down into their favor as we get things started here in the SB Designs 175. Once again, this is the big move that they've been waiting for. The driver of the 99 holding on strong so far. 60 laps remaining here from Music City. You will see who comes home victorious as this time by the iRacing official pace car will be coming down onto pit road. Then racing gets back into play. Will it be Ryan Potter able to lead them back into perhaps yet another long green flag run? Or will it be Kendall Kerr leading them perhaps into a shorter break in procession? We'll find out. iRacing pace car back off the track. Swamp Motorsports inside line, first and third. And it's going to be Blacktop Racing up high. Green flags out once again, 59 laps to go. And Ryan Potter gets a great jump. He's able to hold off the remainder of the field in style as we get back to the stripe. That time by, great run, and 59 tail of the tail here at Nashville. And Ryan Potter gets that great run. Remainder of the field not able to keep up just yet. And we check his Taylor Wilson going to be there. Double file, single file. There are mostly two wide going to be seen in the top 15 segment of this circuit, and not a lot of guys are risking it just yet after that second stage incident. I think aggression levels have gone down once again. Seems everyone able to hold on nice and easy. 59 laps remaining here. Down to the inside line, Caleb Morrissey going to be able to go as Justin Gibbs going to be up on the high side. And they all hold on as Justin Gibbs is going to go side by side with Tyler Rush. Rush on the inside line has that optimal line. It looks like if you're on the inside of the turns, you have everything you need. But on the back straightaway, you want to be up on that outside. So if you have your line being consolidated, you will be much slower no matter where it's consolidated, and it looks like that is evident once again as Casey Ashworth now fighting in 11. He has so much pace up in the front of the pack, and now in the back of it he's having a bit more trouble fighting through and through, and that is of course a challenge for any driver. If you got to fight through the pack, well, you're going to face a myriad of issues, as now he's going to be right there, a gridlock with Chad Winstead, Robert Kenny, and Brad Press. Justin Gibbs going to be there as well. Side by side, double file, they will go. As Caleb Morris is going to be right there as well. Tyler Rush going to be right there with Jason Harris, and Harris able to hold on in that top 15. And Harris going to be able to run from the back of the field in qualifying all the way up here. So a great run so far. Will he be able to make more positions out of it? We will see. 56 laps remain. Morrissey goes down to the inside line. They're just about 3 wide there for a moment. Morrissey going to be down the inside line. Tyler Rush going to be there in the middle. And it looks like you can see on board with the driver of the Tyler Rush machine. Once again, that time by, it looks like the 6 machine able to get away. And the 88 up on the high side. As it looks like Jason Harris holds on nice and smooth. Corey Blevins there with Tyler Rush and Justin Gibbs. As 3 wide they go. Caleb Morrissey there with Heschel. And Heschel able to clear him just slightly as 55 remain on the charts here. And it's all about winding the laps down for some of these drivers. They just want to be able to make it home intact. And of course, they're all going for the win at the same time. They have to give each other an inch. As Swamp Motorsports is 1 and 2. Ryan Potter and Connor Holden, the teammates holding off Matthew Rodriguez, as Rodriguez gets up into third, having a great run so far. Looking for win number 1 on the season here. We could be able to get it as they come down the stripe once again. 55, we come 54 laps to go. And now, looking at the aerial shot there, the number 3 machine in position is that 51, getting oh so close to both the 81 and the 99. But now the 81 acts as a roadblock. If you want to get to the lead, you're going to have to go right through him, and that is a challenge. Teammates working together so much harder to get through, and that is evident once again. The 51 just tries to hold on, but it won't work out as he goes high once again. And you can see Kendall Kerr there in 4th. Terry Brooks is a 3rd. Now Kuhlman is in 6th, and now going to be able to get up into the 5th spot. He's able to get through Terry Brooks. That time by, not able to. But now, oh, so close. Now separated by less than a 10th of a second. The 23 has some pressure. It is for the 8 machine as they go roaring down the backstretch once again. Moving slowly but surely, they all do, as the 8 holding on to the 23. Matthew Rodriguez up to the high side. Is Kendall Kerr going to be able to move him right out of the way? And now coming down the line once again, Kendall Kerr with a bit of a momentum shock. Going to be able to bring his teammate down to the inside line and hopefully put Matthew Rodriguez out of line and keep Kuhlman in the running order. As Alan Kuhlman, as we mentioned beforehand, he's all about the racing. If he gets it under him during the race, he'll be able to move through a bad qualifying spot like it is nothing. And this is just another traditional Alan Kuhlman performance, the way he's been running it time after time. The 8 machine for Bass Pro Shops putting on a professional run right behind the driver number 23. Cautions out once again, 52 laps to go. Multi-car incident. Dylan Petit, Toby Wedgwood back at the back. They're already down on pit road. And Jeff Morash there as well, so not sure this time by, as Adam Bozzi actually looks to be involved with Colton Gardner. Let's take a look at what just happened. You can see Adam Bozzi gets shaky, and let's find out. Roar down the backstretch that time through. Bozzi to the inside line. Mike Tellier going to be there, and they just tap each other, and Bozzi going to go all the way up to the track. He's able to save it there, and Colton Gardner might not, but that looks to be the yellow there. Almost comes in on Dalton Beer. And that brings out yellow number, I believe, 3 on the night there. How about that? As you can see, Bozzi able to save it, but almost a big-time moment as Ryan Potter's still going to be able to hold on, and Matthew Rodriguez is in 3rd. And we'll be able to get an interview with the driver rounding out your podium here. And let's take a word with Matthew Rodriguez as we get back to the broadcast booth and keep update on Rodriguez. See how he's feeling. The number 51 machine is nobody going to come down pit road that time by. Let's hear from the driver to the number 51. As for Team Trap House, he is in the voice chat, and we will get a word as he currently runs 3rd. And now, with teammates running from him, going to be a hard task for him to get up front. But as we get it reset, and if he goes down to the inside line, he will be lining up right behind the leaders. Matthew Rodriguez right now running in the final spot of the podium. How do you feel with 50 laps remaining?
Scared, elated, and kind of hyped.
How about that? A lot of emotions going through. So when it comes down to each and every one of them, can you break it down for us?
Kind of just looking at what I'm seeing here is obviously you've got 2 swamp cars. Connor, at least on that last run, he's been kind of playing defense for Potter, and I expect nothing less. So it's trying to break those 2 up or seeing if I can get those 2 to race each other, which I don't think that's going to happen. So it's trying to look at Potter and hope that he makes another mistake, since he's made a few errors throughout the race, just tapping the wall a little bit. So hopefully if he makes that error, I can pounce. And the same thing for KK behind me, where Kerr's been fast and he's caught me sleeping a few times. So a little bit concerning.
And a lot of great drivers, a lot of fierce competition up front as we get back to the green. I believe next time by, looks like nobody going to go down for the choose rule there. So as we get things sorted out, some guys come down on pit road. Do you think this is the set of tires we'll be taking all the way if we go green from here?
I know a lot of guys are in a lot of different boats, but I think they're trying to stretch out this run as much as possible so we can get as the freshest rubber for that little ending period where tires mean so much here. I mean, new tires about 30-second lap times, old tires about 32 seconds. I mean, we just can't afford to take them too early.
And it looks like it will be all about conservation until that moment. Now, fuel, you guys good on that?
Fuel, yeah, we're all good.
That is great to hear, and we get back to it in just about a lap and a half's time. So when it comes down to it, any final thoughts about how the race is going or how it will go, hopefully, as we get back to it very, very soon.
I hope I'm finishing in one piece.
And there we have it. Matthew Rodriguez, driver of the number 51 machine, currently 3rd on the board. Thank you for your time.
Oh, no problem.
Drag him right back into his group chat, or rather his voice chat there, as we get him back on his way. Rodriguez is in 3rd. 2 Swamp Motorsports machines are 1st and 2nd. And all the way at the top of the board, these 99 and the 81s, well, they are out in front with a purpose. And they've been driving with one. That is evident as 49 laps remain here in the SB Designs 175. And we keep them rolling nice and smooth Let's see what these guys have in store. Choose Rules going to be able to take these guys up to the high side and up to the low. If they want it, they go down low. If they want it, they go up high. As Matthew Rodriguez is going to take it finally down to the low side and give Kendall Kerr the opportunity to go up to the high side. So going to be a big fake out there as we get things set up. Looks like retirees starting to pile up as it looks like Austin Bloom, Chance Duckworth, and Toby Wedgwood are done on the night. And Ty Smith, who's 61 laps down, is still on the track on pit road. So certainly not sure what's going on there. Looks like the motor has already blown on the 43-minute pit stop. So unbelievable what's going on there for driver number 18 machine. Just not working out there as he's been on pit road for quite a while now. The driver's still getting back to the lead lap as Ryan Potter is your race leader. 86 laps in out of 133. These guys up front have put on an awful consistent show, and that is for certain. Looking to finish it off in style, and tonight it could go down in their favor. 99, the 21, the 81, and the 23. Matthew Rodriguez is number 51 right there in the mix. And coming down, the iRacing official pace car right in front of them, and we are coming down into crunch time very soon. Calculation, it's all going to come into play, but now it's all about racing. It's DJ Stagner. They're going to be able to top 5 almost as well. Swamp Motorsports having a great run so far. They could be able to capitalize on it as we go green. This time by 48 laps to go, become 47. Led by the 99 and the 81. They get out in front by a great margin and keep it out compared to the remainder of the field, and they get out to about a half a second already over Kendall Kerr and the like remaining of the field. And Terry Brooks now going to be right there behind Matthew Rodriguez. Kendall Kerr gets the bolt as well. Now going to be able to put himself up into third. And the 21 machine does it in style. Riding aboard with the driver number 21. You can see holding on nice and steady. Trying to keep himself in line, improving lap after lap with these guys in front of them. The fastest 2 drivers on the circuit. Cautions out once again. Let's find out just why. This is a multi-car incident that appears in the back of the pack there. Dylan Petit, Toby Wedgwood involved. Wedgwood not down for the night, but he certainly is 14 laps down here. So we will try to take a look at just what happened. Chad Winstead going to be the catalyst for this one. You will find out why this was the case. Winstead goes down to the inside line there on Scott Puckett. Adam Boston checks up a bit. Looks like Scott Puckett going to get loose and send Winstead right in. Gets Kenny Brooks there and down to the inside line. Dylan Petit could almost wreck it there. Don Beer able to avoid it, but Toby Wedgwood goes around as well. The multi-car incident indeed was a huge one, as a matter of fact, as we have many drivers down and out. Chad Winstead is going to be done for the night. I believe his winning chance is far from available, as no faster pairs here in the Highline Racing League, so that will be done and done. 34, unfortunate circumstance, but that will put him out of winning contention. Very unfortunate for the guys, including Wedgwood there involved, and anyone else, as they are all now going to be losing a lot of time, a lot of position, gaining a lot of damage, as we see the 99 is still out in front. And let's try to take a word with another driver. Looks like Alan Kuhlman could be there in the 6th position. We'll see what he's up to right now, as the Bass Pro Shops number 8 machine is now out in the front of the back with 45 laps remaining. We will see what he's up to. The driver number 8 is currently right behind his teammate, only about 3 positions back on his teammate in Kendall Kerr. So certainly having a great run so far, climbing up for the mid pack in qualifying to having a high up spot in the race. Alan Kuhlman 6 on the board so far. How are you feeling going into this one? And it looks like we actually don't have a copy on him so far. We will try to get him in. And Alan Kuhlman currently 6th on the board. So how are you feeling about your race car thus far?
Pretty good. Finally able to crack the top 10 and just been riding here so far, or just trying to buy my time till the end of the race.
And as we come slowly but surely closer to the end of this race, what's going to be the game plan for you and Blacktop Racing? Is aggression going to be the name of the game, or are you guys laid back until the very tail end of it?
I think we'll probably keep riding pretty easy for, I don't know, the next couple laps at least, and then when it's go time, it's go time.
And that is for certain. Now, we've talked to a few other drivers about this already in this race. Tires, how have they been for you? Because it looks like right now in a 25-lap-old stint, 44 laps to go, and we've had quite a few under caution. So how are the tires feeling so far?
Yeah, it takes about 10 laps for the pressures to build up, and there's a real bad bump in turn 3 that you have to be really careful on going over until your tires build up. But late in the run, that first long run we had, my car started to come to me. I started, I think I climbed from 25th up to 14th or something like that before the first caution. So I feel like I got more of a long run car.
And there we have it. Long run car might be the way to go for you and the 8 machine. So when it comes to these runs, do you expect a long run or a short run as we head back to the green in just about 2 laps time?
I'm hoping we can get a long run to finish this thing off.
And absolutely, now we're going to be coming back very, very soon. So any final thoughts before we head back to it?
No, nothing really.
And there we have it, driver of the number 8 machine, and Alan Kuhlman. Thank you once again for your time.
Thanks.
We drag him right back into his voice chat there as we get back on our way. 44 laps to go here in the SB Designs 175 as we get back on the move. Some guys going to the high side, some guys going to low, but it still stays the same. Ryan Potter, Connor Holden line up at the inside and keep it 1-2 on that inner line, and they will get the jump once again as soon as they get back on their way. An unbelievable circumstance. The 99 right there on the inside. Terry Brooks going to be the high side, but not much you can do without any support, any official assistance, and teamwork has been playing well for the guys up front, and they will continue to show it no matter how long we keep it moving. It just seems up front, the 99 and the 81 have what it takes to get it done in victory lane. We come down to the stripe this time by, it's Ryan Potter leaving over Terry Brooks. Then it's going to be Connor Holden and Alan Kuhlman in 4th. As 5th position will be Kendall Kerr with DJ Stagner in 6th with 43 laps remaining. And then it will be 42. And then we will get back to the racing and hopefully finish this one off with a bang and not a whimper, hoping for a green flag run to finish this so off. As we see the SB Designs 175, it's had some great racing, some great long run battles, and we hope to see that once again. Down on the inside line, the iRacing official pace car goes once again, and we see the 99 hold on strong with Terry Brooks in 2nd, Connor Holden in 3rd, and Alan coming in 4th. Teammates going to be able to get a great start once again. Rocket launch as we head back to the green flag. The Geico restart zone, it has been passed, and it's still the 99 holding on with the 81. Nothing stopping these guys up front so far. Double file right behind him. It still seems the top 2 guys for Swamp have been holding on, and they have been draining the competition of everything that they have. Terry Brooks is in 3rd, Alan coming in 4th, and Kendall Kerr in 5th. Is now looks to be side by side for the Blacktop boys, and DJ Stagner right there outside of the top 10. Holding on ever so slightly. It looks like he'll be able to do so as it's Caleb Morrissey now down in 9th as Casey Eschel right in front. And the best now rising up to the top of the field once again. Strategies, while they were different, they now begin to converge with one another. And look at that, Casey Eschel going up to the high side there trying to make something happen. Let's ride on board with him. Let's see what he's got. Come down the backstretch. Has a run on Matthew Rodriguez. Will he be able to make it happen this time by? Maybe he will. Maybe he will not. And this time by, gonna have to lay back just a bit and hold on for something later as they come down to the back once again. And the 99, Ryan Potter, holds on with Connor Holden now in 2nd. Terry Brooks still in 3rd as we look at the back of the back once again. Let's see what's going on. Robert Tenney gonna go side by side with Tyler Rush. And he looks to be in a rush as Corey Blevins go down the inside line on Roberto Ramirez. How about that battle for 11th here? Blevins there with the 42. Tyler Rush there in 13th. Robert Tenney going to go down to the inside line. And Scott Wheeler in 16th here, trying to make something happen. He missed out on the stage points he so desperately wanted. But now he's going to have to run through the remainder of the field and make himself home. He's on 7-lap newer tires, so this could be a big advantage as he goes down to the inside line that time by an awful lot of pace. As it looks like it's going to be a big save though for Justin Gibbs. Will he be able to save it? It looks like he will be able to. No, he will not. Big time incident. And the caution will wave once again with Adam Bossi involved. Well, it is not waved just yet. It will now. Caution is out. Adam Bossi alongside a myriad of drivers involved in that one. Let's take a quick look at just what happened. Adam Bossi, as I believe Justin Gibbs was the first man involved in this wreck. Let's take an instant replay at half speed and see just what was the catalyst for this wreck. And a 93 there, as it looks like Jason Harris goes right up high into him. Scott Zellner tries to get away with it. He does indeed tap the 93, and then the 93 comes down to the Scott Puckett and Adam Bossi, and they turn each other, and they turn hard. Nothing they can do from there. They are just along for the ride. It's the 27 there with the 93, and they come right up to the safer barrier, and they slam into it big time. and Adam Bozzi, big time involved. Justin Gibbs there as well. Scott Puckett to the mix as the leaders not coming out into pit road this time by, and they will stay on the racing surface. And with that being said, we'll take a brief Fireball Talks non-stop advertisement break, thanking all of our associates who bring us live week after week. And we hope you enjoy as we'll be right back. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoy. You won't miss a green flag lap. Catch all the action, even if we're under yellow.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
As we head back from a brief non-stop break, thank you all for holding on with us as we get back to the action here, still under yellow with 36 laps remaining in the show. It is still on the road here at Nashville, and we wait to get back on the board. The driver of the number 99 machine going to go down to the inside line as he now has Connor Holden and DJ Stagner there with him. And top three, it is the Swamp. And how about that, as it looks like some guys are going to come down pit road that time behind the front of the field. They have not done anything on pit road just yet, and they will hold on quite nicely. 35 laps to go here, and we keep it going. Ryan Potter going to be leading his teammates of DJ Stagner and the driver of the number 81 machine in Connor Holden. And Caleb Morrissey, as it stands, going to be down there in the 18th spot. He was up there in the top 5, but it looks like a lot of guys going to come down on pit road, and now some guys on 35 lap old stints, some guys on 15 lap old stints, and some guys on a brand new fresh set. So big word on the street, strategy. Who will be with the optimal strategy and who will be the worst? We will find out who's got the worst and who's got the best as we get back to the green flag in lap 100 in just a few turns time. The 99, the 64 out in front. And from there on out, race it, and hopefully show goes on from there. Drivers up front, the 99, the 64 with the 81 and the 51. Those are your top 4 drivers. And then it's going to be the driver of the 51 in Matthew Rodriguez. Of course, we mentioned with Casey Heschel in the 5th spot. Anyone up front, they have a great opportunity as we get down to the green flag. This time by Ryan Potter going to be leading with DJ Stagner in 2nd. Connor Holden in 3rd. And Matthew Rodriguez in 4th. As Casey Heschel is in 6th. And Corey Blevins is in 5th. Almost a misstep there for the drivers of the 99 machine and the 81. But they're able to make it nice and smooth. Stagner up to 30. He has Matthew Rodriguez right there with them 30. 4 laps the distance from here on out as we get back into the moving things. As you would see, the 99 going to be right there with Connor Holden. Matthew Rodriguez going to be third, and DJ Stagger is in now in the third spot as he's steady going Matthew Rodriguez. And roaring off the back straightaway into the front stretch, you can see side by side they are for the third, but right now the swamp is 1 and 2, not competing one another just yet, but certainly holding each other accountable for every move that they make. Is now it is 1, 2, 3. DJ Stagger able to get a nice run off of the circuit there. The first 2 turns playing to his favor, and the 64 for Swamp Motorsports able to make it happen. Down to the inside line, the 49 machine able to make it so, and now Casey Heschel is in fourth, but teamwork is making the dream work. As the top 3 guys with the same livery, just a few different numbers, they are now all out in front with nobody able to get it from them. 32 laps remain, and these guys in front, they've got a firm grip on this race as they go down the back straightaway. Again, Connor Holden going to be there with DJ Stagger. Then Casey Heschel, Matthew Rodriguez is going to be in 5th, and Roberto Ramirez is going to be in 6th. 11's going to be in 7th, and Mike Tellier going to be in 8th, as Scott Wheelers is in now the 9th spot. And from there on out, Jason Harris is going to be now in the 11th spot, and now he's been able to recover from quite a few incidents he's nearly gotten involved with. It looks like not a lot of scuffing there on the right side, and he's going to be able to hold on. Is now Caleb Morrissey goes into 10th, so long as he's able to get that pass on Robert Kenny. He could get it this time by, and that he tries to do and tries and succeeds. There goes Morrissey down to the inside line. He goes from the inside to the outside, and Kenny loses that spot and goes down into 11th. Ryan Potter holding on with Connor Holden in 2nd, and DJ Stagner now going to be side by side with Casey Heschel. Heschel is a man on a mission, and he will not be stopped. But DJ Stagner on the outside line tries to hold on, get some momentum. Not enough to clear, and he will try to stay on the high side and let that line develop, and it will develop, but not enough. Now the 49 and 64 are side by side, and they are in for a great battle. Let's line on board with the driver of the number 64 machine and see what he has got in store. That's the 49 at breakneck pace, going to break right in. You can see Casey Hesch going to break it off just a bit of a deeper middle there. But the exit going to work out for the driver of the 49 they run up once again. Jovison G going to come in the chat, and it looks like he's going to go support his favorite driver. Gold Colton gets to the front. It looks like Colton Gardner has some support here, as Gardner going to be currently down in the 19th spot, and Gardner going to be in a very, very deep battle here. We look right on board the 40, and Jason Harris going to go almost around there, and that he does. He collects Colton Gardner, and a big wreck there, and commentators curse it might just be, but the big time hit comes to the 40, and Colton Gardner going to go down and around there with Jason Harris involved as well. Big hit, big wreck. Colton Gardner involved with Jason Harris. And let's check out just what happened. Riding aboard, Colton Gardner going to be right behind the catalyst for this incident, and Jason Harris there as Tyler Rush going to be there. As it looks like Dylan Clark going to check up just a bit. That gets into Alan Cummins, slows him down, but Tyler Rush going to have some net code there with Jason Harris. And then it turns itself right into Colton Gardner, and Colton gets a huge hit. They both bounce off the back straightaway wall, and that is calamity, and that is a huge one for the driver of that number 40. Gardner going to be involved with Jason Harris, and that will bring these guys down pit road as the leaders stay out on track. Ryan Potter still holding on. Number 99 machine leads this race over the remainder of the field as they come on to pit road this time by. Looks like a good majority of the pack, and we will see who stays out. It looks like now nobody, as it actually looks like it will go down to the guys who are up in the top 15. Harry Brooks is going to be the man who might just lead the field after this one. The 23 going to catch up to Adam Bossie and Caleb Morrissey, as Morrissey now to the point here in Nashville, and we'll try to get a word with your current race leader and see how he's feeling as he's leading the guys here in the Four Horsemen camp. They've certainly got a lot in store for one another. The number 6 machine out at the front of the board, and we will see what he's got. And Caleb Morrissey, 6 machine. Let's see. Once again, we'll get him in. He is the driver for the Four Horsemen, number 6, carrying the torch so far and having a great run so far, recovering from Daytona's run. This looks to be much better. Caleb Morrissey leading the pack so far. How are you feeling with 27 laps remaining?
Feel pretty good. We've had to run a little bit different of a strategy, in my opinion, to get the track position I wanted. Just qualifying went terrible for me, and I just really couldn't get the track down right until right around lap 10 of the race, so hopefully it works out. I think I found a good way to get up here, and hopefully it stays up here.
And absolutely hoping to stay up here, as Daytona did not go the way you wanted, but now it looks like you have some pace out front. What's it going to take for you to stay out front, as we have 27 remaining, so your tires 11 laps old they appear to be, so do you think they're going to be good enough to go for here on out?
Yeah, I think we only had like 1 or 2 green flag laps on them, honestly. At least it didn't feel like many, so we just got to pull away a little bit here with a little bit of gap that we get, and hopefully that works out for the team. This number 6 Channel Lock Mustang has been great all night, so hopefully we bring it home.
And absolutely hoping to bring it home. Now, we still have a bit of time, but any thoughts about how the strategy's gone so far in regards to long runs and short runs before we get back to the action?
Yeah, that first run that just went so long, I saved my tires really well, and I think it was really starting to come around and work to my advantage. So I wasn't totally happy to see that caution come out for whatever it came out for, and it's been nice. I had to change up the strategy a little bit there, the caution before this one, to try and stay up with Kendall and them, and I felt their strategy was best. I kind of felt that a caution was going to happen shortly after that, and here we are. So I don't really feel like I have that much of a disadvantage on the guys that have fresh tires on.
And how about that thing shifting into your favor here as we go 1 lap to green this time by? Any final thoughts?
No, just thank you so much for coming back this season and broadcasting for us. I think you're doing a great job. Toby, appreciate you guys putting on the league. This has been fun tonight. I know a lot of guys probably don't love the setup tonight, but it's providing some decent racing.
And there we have it, Caleb Morrissey, top of the board this time by as we head back to green next time through. Thank you once again. Right, Caleb right back in, and we've got him back on the move. Caleb Morrissey going to be leading over Adam Bozzi, and Bozzi able to make his way back up. These next gens, they are tanks. If he had any damage beforehand, well, it looks to be all wiped away. And these composite bodies able to keep these guys who've gotten themselves involved in incidents back up in the front regardless of what has happened. And we will see whether or not that stays the same as we head back to the move this time by, and the move will be for the driver, the number 6, to hold on with Adam Bozzi. We will see what he's got. Dylan Clark now going to be up front as well. Alan Kummin there. Terry Brooks in 4th. So a multitude of drivers we've seen up front beforehand, but it'll be coming down to how these guys such as the Dominators, say a guy like Casey Heschel, say a guy like Kendall Kerr or Ryan Potter, how will they get back out in front as they see Caleb Morrissey now where they of course want to be, and that is position number 1. 25 laps, that is the distance to go from here on out, and these guys have to hold on and make it so as Morrissey holds on with Bozzi right in front. Dylan Clark going to be there as well, and you can see Terry not there, but it is Kenny Brooks' brother, and Terry Brooks there in the mix. The iRacing official pace car back off once again. 25 laps to go. We become 24 laps to go. Led by the number 6 machine. Green's out, and Morrissey with a lightning start, and nobody able to catch up to him. And that's the start you're going to need with a situation like this. It is critical to get it done immediately thereafter. And the 6 machine able to hold on nice and smooth. The 27 Adam Bozzi there in 2nd. Then Terry Brooks in 3rd. Dylan Clark going to be in 4th. And then Alan Kummin now going to be side by side right with them. Scott Zounder going to be there as well. Tyler Rush is in 7th. And 3 wide we see there. That's going to be one of those Swamp Motorsport guys, as it looks to be Ryan Potter, as a matter of fact, as everyone there going to be holding on. DJ Snyder going to get a bit of a whiff there as Matthew Rodriguez able to save it on the apron. That's oh so close, but they're able to save it, keep it together, and the race is still going as the Swamp guys are now getting mired back in the mid-pack, and it looks like Connor Holden going to be the guy that gets out the first of them. And he keeps it rolling like it's nothing. Caleb Morrissey able to hold on in that first spot and keeping it nice and intact. That's the name of the game for him as 23 laps remain. Adam Bozzi in 2nd. Terry Brooks is in 3rd. Dylan Clark is in 4th. And you can see these guys up front, the podium and then some. They have the pace as 23 will become 22 next time by. And these guys have the talent, and it is evident as single file now. It looks like everyone's riding in and out as we see a bit of a wreck in the back. That might just be a multi-car incident, and that it does not appear to be. Or is it? Caution's out. Crank it up will be delayed. And there we have it. Multi-car incident. That's going to be another yellow. Let's find out just why that happened. And give us just a moment before we do just that multi-car incident, allowing us to see our next yellow of the night. And unfortunately, yet another short blip before the wreck. We'll check once again and find out. Dalton Beer going to be in the back of the pack. Does not appear to have all too much damage. Got guys in the back, including Chad Winstead, who appears to be a retiree here. Once again, Colton Gardner might just be involved. No, he is not. Ryan Potter, though, looks to be all the way in the back, and we will find out why that's the case. He looks to have gone around, and he was absolutely beached. So let's get the context here before we put it all together. The 99 goes down to the inside line. And Matthew Rodriguez not going to be able to make it happen. A bit of a premature moment there, and not going to be able to make it happen. Now Corey Blevins gets to him, and he spins around time after time, gets into Scott Puckett. Just looks like it doesn't go his way, and he'll have to rev down to the bottom of the track. Jason Harris avoids it, but then he gets beached, it appears, and that is not good. He's able to get out of it by reversing it. Still, not good for the driver who's leading this race for quite a while. The race not going his way now, as he has to come down pit road and get some emergency service there, as Caleb Morrissey leads with 20 laps remaining here at Nashville. Time, it is of the essence. And Morrissey, who knows this, is out in front. Adam Bossie in second. Terry Brooks in third. Dylan Clark in fourth. And Alan Kunman in fifth. How about the driver? We haven't got a word from all this race. And that driver, well, let's get him in this time by. It should be the driver of the 27 machine we talked to, and that is Adam Bossie. Bossie, second on the board so far, having a great run so far, trying to make it happen, trying to seal the deal. And let's see what he's got for us right now, as he is in the number 27 machine, making it happen, and we get him in right about now. Trying to get a word, see if he's available for comment, and it looks like he is available for comment, as he's working with the Queen City Racing guys tonight. And let's see what he's got to say. Currently second on the board for the driver of the number 27 machine, Adam Bossie. Less than 20 laps to go, and we go green. So how do you feel going into crunch time here at Nashville?
I honestly shouldn't be up here. I've spun twice off of the bumpers of two cars that probably didn't know what the hell they were doing out here tonight. So we're just going to try to hold on for as long as we can and see where we finish up. I didn't expect to be here, so we'll see what happens.
And nonetheless, you are up here, and it looks like you got a reason to be nonetheless. Tires, now, we're going to talk about them. You look to have a bit of an older tire second bit of the guys around you right now, so do you think that they're up to temp and they're up to the perfect point right now? And could the tires, of course, be cooled down during caution?
Yeah, I mean, if we go on a long run, I feel like I have the car and we're kind of running out of laps to do it, but, I mean, within the first 6 or 7 laps in that first run that we had, the tires actually worked really well, so I think we'll be all right here. It's just making sure I hit my marks and don't blow a corner here.
And that is what we hope to see. So when it comes down to strategy, do you expect this race to go green from here, or could we see yet another yellow that changes the landscape?
Well, we're going to see more yellows. There's a lot of give and no take, or a lot of take and no gives, sorry.
There we have it. Any final thoughts as we get this race back green in about a lap and a half?
Nah, hope it's a good show for you guys.
And we hope to see it as well. Adam Bossie currently second on the board in the number 27 Queen City Racing machine. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good drag him right back in the 27 machine. Absolutely surprised that he's up here, and it looks like it's evident with that interview. And nonetheless, he's here for a reason, as the 27 holds on with Caleb Morrissey up in front, and Morrissey already delegating himself down to the inside line. Adam Bossie looks like he will go there as well. No, he won't. He'll go up high and fake him out. As now with 18 laps remaining, it's held off by the number 6 machine, and we will send to a crank it up as soon as we get this show underway. This Crank It Up will be brought to you by TrackCams22.com. Now, we had a wreck at 22 to go, so we would not be able to get it in at the scheduled time, but TrackCams for Gourmets, the best cameras on iRacing. Be sure to visit our link at TrackCams22.com or their Facebook page, which is on their website as well, for more information about the best cameras on the iRacing service. The best place to be for track cameras, well, it's TrackCams.com. We love their support that they've given to this channel. If you want to have broadcasts like us, well, you got to take a look at them. They're the best package available, and we are proud to be using their cameras tonight, as well as every night that we are broadcasting. They add that special touch, and if you want that special touch for your work, whether it is replays, broadcasts, what have you, be sure to check them out. Proud partner of Fireball Talks NASCAR and the Fireball Talks NASCAR live division. Adam Bossie in second. Caleb Morrissey is in first, as we get things geared up. Once again, 18 laps to go, and we will head back to this time through the iRacing official pace. So we're going to come down to this time by, and we will see what these guys have left. Morrissey and Bozzy there as they get it started. The green flag going to come out this time by 18 laps to go, becoming 17 laps to go. Let's get back to it. We'll be right back as we crank it up, powered by TrackCams22.com. And we will have to postpone that crank it up. It looks like something happened in the back of the pack, and that will be a multi-car wreck. So let's find out what just happened. Roberto Ramirez is going to be involved in that one. That is for certain. Crank it up going to be postponed there, and we will see what is going on as Jason Harris involved, and that one has some right side damage that is visible that time through. So Harris going to be involved. It looks like a smoke show right in front of him. And Ryan Potter involved in this one. It looks like it's going from bad to worse for the driver, number 99. Let's get an instant replay and send it back to the start of this restart, of course, and see how it all led up to this point. As the green flag went out, Caleb Morrissey was on the move there. And these guys in the back, they just don't appear that they were. And it looks like Ryan Potter, one of the first guys to go down and around on this note. And it looks like, no, Roberto Ramirez is going to try to save it. No, he's going to go right into Potter, then gets right into Justin Gibbs, Jeff Morash as well. And just a lot of bad luck culminating to multiple cars getting involved with one another, and that brings us down to another yellow. Ryan Potter going to get it back on its way. 99 machine to say the least. Still, Caleb Morrissey leads with a total 16 laps to go. We wait to get back on the road. It is now Terry Brooks in third, Dylan Clark in fourth, and we've not gotten a word from Dylan Clark, so how about we get a word from the driver of the number 5 machine, getting a few new guys every single time around, and we will see how he's feeling. Get this one back on its way. Dylan Clark for Turtle Shells Motorsports, currently running in that 4th position, having a very nice and consistent run as it stands just outside the podium. Dylan Clark, how do you feel about your car?
Pretty good. I mean, getting in that wreck earlier definitely hurting on aero, but other than that, it's feeling pretty good. Hopefully we keep getting these cautions. These tires might just even out with the mixed tire strategy, but feeling pretty good about this FTN Camaro, and hopefully we got a top 10 here.
And certainly looking forward to a nice and consistent run. You've gotten involved in a few incidents we saw beforehand, but it looks like damage is all squared away, and you still have a car worth contending, and your tires appear to be younger than the guys in front of you. So how important have the tires been? Because right now we have seen a few yellows that have cooled them down. Is that all it takes to keep you in the mix?
Absolutely. These tires are getting heat cycled, and everyone behind us has fresher, so the more we go Q lap racing, the more that they wear them and then cool them down, and we're starting to even out. But tires have been huge here for sure. The right front really wears out, so if we can keep getting these cautions and the tires even out, I think I have a shot.
And certainly looking forward to that as 14 laps remain here, so aggression is going to be at its all-time high, and I think it has been for quite a while here. So how much longer is it going to be until you go all out for it as you're so close to the lead as is?
I'm thinking it's going to be with about 10-7 to go that I'm going to start making some moves that could be labeled as questionable. But right now, I'm just content to ride behind these guys, and hopefully the guys behind wear their stuff out, trying to get past traffic, and hopefully we're in contention for the win later.
And that will be a great one to watch. Any final thoughts before we get back to the racing?
These guys have been great my rookie season so far. I know it's been 2 races, but it's been really nice, and these guys are really good racers, so hope to continue with it.
And there we have it, Dylan Clark, of course, mentioning he's a rookie right now, putting on a veteran's drive, 4th position on the board right now. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Drag him right back in. Turtle Shells Motorsports having a great run so far in the 4th spot, as Caleb Morrissey going to put himself down onto the inside line, and he absolutely wants that inside to get this one started. Once again, 14 laps remain here in the SB Designs 175, and you can see that everyone's already getting a bit more tense, a bit more anxious, as the race is coming to its concluding stages right about now. Cautions have made this one go a bit longer than we wanted to, but 13 laps remaining. 121 laps in, out of 133, and Caleb Morrissey is set. If he keeps it this way that he's been going, he is set to take home his first victory in these next gens. Last season, struggled an awful lot with the way these cars handled, and he saw himself in a multitude of incidents. only able to come home with one podium at the end of the season. This season, however, second race of the season, following a great run at Daytona that got marred by incidents not in his control. He's back out front in the first position. Strategy playing in his favor, and with the yellows that he's got right behind him, he could be able to run the clock out or drive to victory in control. It's up to him where he goes from this point on. In control, Caleb Morris, he driver of the number 6 channel lock machine. We'll see whether or not he's able to lock it down from here on out. Driver to that 6, holding on. No mercy for any other driver so far. He's been able to make it so far up front, but aggression, it will come into play as we get through the final dozen laps. The iRacing pace car to be on its way, and we will get back to the green this time by the SV Designs 175 with its Crank It Up that we are hoping to get this time through. Brought to you by TrackCam22.com. Let's get it this time as Caleb Morrissey leads them down with 12 laps to go. And now with 8 laps to go, we see a caution as our Crank It Up concludes. And we will find out just what caused this one. Yet another yellow, and looks like this one's going to be the back of the back. Ryan Potter going to be 7 laps down, not involved it appears, as this one's going to be way in the back. So we will get an official verdict on what just caused this wreck. Roberto Ramirez is going to be way back in the pack there. Andrew Baker there as well. Robert Kenny, however, might just be part of it, and Toby Wedgwood we will see staying back half a minute with them, and that is indeed a group of the drivers involved. So let's take a look at Dylan Clark up in front before it happened, and he certainly said he was going to get aggressive about this time, and maybe that is what caused it, as Dylan Clark going to be right there with Matthew Rodriguez, and Rodriguez going to take him for a ride. Maybe that's the case. We will find out, as the 5 going to be right in front of the 51, dives down to the inside line, thinks he is clear, and for a moment he was, and no, it looks like that might have been contact there indeed. It takes a multitude of drivers there right with them. The Tyler Rush machine, Robert Kenny, and everyone goes spinning as a result. Now we are going to send it into what it looks to be about a 5-lap dash to get this one done. It could be anyone's game from here on out. A maximum of 1 overtime attempt, so restarts will be scarce even if we have to use one. Could go down that way the way this race has gone, but Caleb Morrissey still holds. Terry Brooks, Adam Bozzi, Casey Heschel, and Scott Zellner, as Alan Koopman is in 6th now. And how about a guy we haven't talked to all race long, and it looks like one of those guys would be, I don't believe we got a word from Adam Bozzi just yet. We would check. However, it looks like we did, and we're going to scratch him off of our list, as it looks like Matthew Rodriguez in the 51 we got a word with as well, as we try to cross off some guys and get someone new into the booth. How about the driver, our defending champion, Scott Wheeler, and see what he's up to, as he is currently in position number looks like just out of that top 10 zone. He's going to be in the 10th zone, as a matter of fact, position 10 for the driver of the number 97 machine as we get into our final segment of this race. And it's going to be all about crunch time from here on out. You got to be perfect every single second of the way, as we now will have just about 5 laps at most to get this one done. And we'll bring in the 2-time champion of Scott Wheeler into the broadcast booth, giving us just a moment to get him in. And there we have it. Scott Wheeler having a great run so far in the 10th spot. What's the move from here on out to get you into the winning positions?
Just try to finish the race, I think. I don't know if I'm in contention to win this one, but we'll see what I can do.
Looks like there's still some time for you to do something, a very action-packed race, a lot of chaos, giving these guys a lot of time to group into one another once again. So how are you going to be able to use it to your advantage, and can you use it given all the strategy changes that people have?
It's tough to say. I think it's just finding the right hole. It's hard to pass right now with the setup. It's really tight. I'm not super keen to it, but just finding the right lane to go in and hoping for the best at that point.
Absolutely seeing if these guys can hope for the best. So going to be a short dash here. Do you expect us to go into overtime?
Yeah, I would expect we probably will have one more caution at least here, but we'll see.
And we will see indeed. Scott, we did just a few laps, and I think about a lap and a half until we get back to it. So any final thoughts before we get back to the show?
I don't think so. Just like I said, try to finish it out and hope for something decent.
And absolutely hoping to take it nice and smooth. Scott Wheeler hoping to get this one done and perhaps roll on to a 3rd championship here in the Highline Racing League. Still, a lot of time will tell. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Drag right back into the voice chat, and there we have it as we get down to the most contentious part of this race. No matter what it is, rather, no matter who gets into the beneficiary of it, Caleb Morrissey is your leader with 5 laps remaining. And it really is anyone's game. You know, it all comes down to it. 6 machine, the 23, the 49 as well. And it all comes down to anyone who can capitalize. Capitalization in a situation like this, you need it if you want to come home as a race winner. And you know that the 6 machine 23, well, they might just have it in store for one another's the 27 Adam Bozzi there as well. But don't count out Casey Heschel. When it comes down to it, push comes to shove, I truly do believe that Casey Heschel will execute when the time is just right. And I think for him, the time is now, as we are getting ready to go once again. We'll be starting it up at lap 130 of 133. And then the show will get on the roll. Morrissey with Ramirez. And then it looks like Ramirez is now going to be back to the pack. So it's Morrissey with Terry Brooks as we get it started this time by 4 laps to go. And this could be it, as it's going to be Caleb Morrissey leading us in. This is the final stretch of the SB Designs 175, and it's anyone for the taking. Caleb Morrissey out in front, Adam Bozzi in second, Terry Brooks in third. Top 3 guys able to hold on as Casey Escher going to be there in fourth. And now it's all about making it happen from here on out. Caleb Morrissey out in first position, and he's now got a great gap over Terry Brooks. Adam Bozzi there as well. Bozzi going to be able to go down to the inside line, and this battle for the lead is the talk of the town, as it's now going to become a battle for second. Morrissey going to get a great jump that time through. His tires, they are younger than Adam Bozzi, and it looks like Terry Brooks might have burnt up his stuff last time he went chasing Morrissey. Coming out of the line, 3 laps to go now, and Brooks goes down to the inside line, trying to hold on with Adam Bozzi there. Morrissey leads by a half of a second, and Terry Brooks is out there in second. Now it's going to be Casey Heschel in third. They're holding on. The battle for the podium is raging, and now Kendall Curry gets into the mix. He's in fourth now. Adam Bozzi is in fifth, and it's anyone's guess as to come home as a winner, as these guys are all clustered up. Top 10 guys separated by about a second and a half as we come down to 2 laps to go. Caleb Morrissey leads the way, and he's got about 2.66 miles to do it. It's about the length of Talladega he's going to have to make it, and he'll have to let off the pedal while he's at it. Now, it looks like Brooks has the run. He's going to be a bit faster, a bit younger tire, and that might be able to keep him in the mix. As Casey Heschel down to the inside line once again. It's all or it is nothing. This time through, Heschel goes down to the inside line. They will need a caution as they want to recycle it out. But next time through, if they come to the right, the next flag ends it. And that it will. 1 lap to go here in Nashville. Kayla Morrissey leads by half a second. And Casey Heschel now going to be side by side with Terry Brooks. Kendall Kerr is there in 4th. And the last lap coming down to this. Heschel going to be able to get up to 2nd there. Brooks going to fall down the order. And the 21 machine's going to be able to make it happen. And Kayla Morrissey, we spoke to him at Daytona. He said he's going to turn a new leaf. He said the struggles of next gen, well, they were over for his camp. And it looks like that might be the case. Welcome back to Victory Lane. Kayla Morrissey, the winner at the SB Designs 175 at Nashville, coming home in style. The Shannon Lock, number 6, locks it down and wins from Music City. And I got a feeling this is one he's been waiting for quite a long time. And a deserving one, that's for sure. As the field comes to congratulate the driver of the number 6 machine, the Jonestown Jet comes home as a winner in the Highline Racing League once again. Back in form, Kayla Morrissey, a force to be reckoned with. Morrissey going to come down to the start-finish line, and we will get your race results on our way. How about that? That's one he's been waiting for quite a while. As the grandstands are packed, Morrissey burns it down like he's never burned it down before. And it's all worth it. Driver of the number 6 machine gets it done in style. And Casey Heschel in 2nd with Kendall Kerr in 3rd. Terry Brooks in 4th with Connor Holden in 5th. And Alan Kuhlman in 6th. As Adam Bozzi there in position number 7. Scott Wheeler in 8th. Scott Zellner in 9th. And Matthew Rodriguez in the 10th spot. Then from there on out, Mike Tellier going to be in 11th. And Corey Blevins going to be in 12th. With Tyler Rush in 13th. Robert Kenny in 14th. And Dalton Beer in 15th. DJ Stagner 16th. Scott Puckett in 17th. And Dylan Clark in 18th with Jason Harris, the final driver to lead lap. Then Andrew Baker leading on the list of retirees. Roberto Ramirez, Brad Kress, Kenny Brooks, Ryan Potter, Dylan Petit, Toby Wedgwood, Jeff Morash, Colton Garner, Justin Gibbs, Chad Winstead, and finally Chance Duckworth, Austin Bloom, Ty Smith, and Dylan Body. And that is the show as Casey Heschel waits on the front stretch as Morrissey comes home to pit road. And it looks like now he's going to be able to take a Polish victory lap on the inside of the Nashville SuperSpeedway banking here. And taking a full lap in reverse. We haven't seen that in quite a while. And victory. Been waiting for this one. We get your results back on your screen. We'll get Kayla Morrissey's interview immediately thereafter. As he slows it down and waits to back it down. Comes home the winner of the SB Designs 175 and an exciting final 4-lap stretch. As it looks like Kayla Morrissey already ready to get an interview in, and he's been waiting for this one, and we talked to him before the season began, and it looks like it's all come to fruition. Kayla Morrissey winning the SB Designs 175 in style. You get it done, and it all played out just right. How you feeling?
Ooh, that feels pretty damn good to win, especially in one of these new gen cars. I did not think that was going to happen, especially this early in the season, but I told you, we got some momentum riding, so speaking it into existence, and it's just kind of worked its way out this time.
And absolutely works its way out, and it looks like that final dash, you were able to hold it on quite strong. And how was it managing it all the way? A lot of guys, they were all over you there. Terry Brooks real close in that second to last run, but you were able to outlast the storm.
Yeah, I felt really confident about the strategy, especially I felt like some yellows were going to come our way. They came our way at exactly the perfect amount of times, and it worked out in the end. That easily could have been Casey's race, just off tire strategy alone, but literally the cautions fell at the perfect times, exactly how I wanted him to fall, and that's just kind of how it works out. And the only reason why I won that race is not only because of those cautions, but it's what you do with them as the leader on the restarts, and I think I got an A+ on restarts tonight.
And restarts, the name of the game there, able to get yourself far out in front when everyone was chasing you there on that final restart. Any thought in your mind that these guys could perhaps catch you back there as it became a tire race at the tail end?
on that last restart, I had no doubt in my mind that I was going to win that race. As soon as I saw the pool that I got, because I really think I caught every single one of them off guard on that last one, that was just no doubt in my mind that we were bringing that home.
And absolutely able to come home no matter how it turned out, and you came home on top. Now, when it came to strategy, were you aiming for stage points tonight, or you're just going to lay back from there on out, because you certainly saw you chase that second stage of victory, or did it come into play after the fact, or was it all in the plan to come up front at the tail end?
It was just kind of working my way through in the beginning of the race, just picking them off one by one, and then once we got past that first stage, when we almost won that one, I thought maybe we had a shot at the second one, but it was just all about staying on strategy and keeping up to date with the strategy and being flexible with it. So everything worked out the way it was supposed to in the end, I guess. Definitely after qualifying, I did not think we were even going to be in the top 10, so to come away with a win is just massive. You can't say enough about these competitors. You're competing against guys like Casey Heschel, and Ryan Potter had himself a great run up until the end. And then Kendall Kerr, Alan Kunman, the Scotts. You can keep going on and on. Jimmy, who's not here this week. There's just a ton of competition in this league, and it's just tough to get one of these wins. So I'm so thankful to be having one here right now, because it certainly was unexpected, and I'm glad it worked out.
It worked out well indeed. As we pull up the schedule, the next race on the schedule, we're going to get it up right now for the viewers to look at as well. But as we go into the remainder of this season, we've certainly got a lot of twists and turns going into it, and we'll get it up for myself to view, as I got to ask you, how are you feeling going through the remainder of the season? And I would try to pull up the specifics on what is next on the board. Next on the board, it will be Richmond. So how do you feel going to that one?
Richmond has been a decent track for me in the past. I have a career win in this series when I think we were running Xfinity or ARCA at Richmond, and Four Horsemen in general tend to run pretty well here at Richmond, so I do expect another pretty good run for us. Short tracks don't always work out, but Richmond I do feel like is just one of those exceptions of just being an awesome short track to run for everybody. So hopefully we put on a good show next week. Hopefully we put on a good show this week.
An absolutely great show to watch, and you were able to come home on top of it. Any final thoughts, anyone you'd like to thank after this one?
Yeah, I want to thank ASC Service and Supply Inc. for coming on as the title sponsor of the series. Really appreciate it. This was the SP Designs 175, so thank SP Designs for being the title sponsor of the race. And Kendall, Toby, the rest of the admin team that really put in the behind-the-scenes work to make this all happen. They do such a great job. It's an awesome pleasure to run for this league. I got to thank my teammates, the Scotts, Austin. He didn't have that great of a night, but man, if he just stops having bad luck, Austin's going to prove that he's one of the best drivers and one of the best kept secrets in the field. So if Dylan ever comes back, hopefully he finds some room in the schedule at some point to run. I just love my teammates so much. I want to thank the fans for tuning in tonight, especially the Cure Leaf squad, friends, family. Appreciate it so much. Thanks to my mom, dad, grandma for watching. And again, I can't thank you guys in the booth enough. I feel like you guys do a wonderful job, and I'm so happy that we got this first win on the season and on to next week with a ton of momentum.
Absolutely momentum. The name of the game for Caleb Morrissey, coming home the winner of the SP Designs 175. Thank you for your time. We're going to drag him right back in and get your second place finisher, Casey Heschel, immediately thereafter. How about that? Casey Heschel able to come home a runner-up tonight, and it was a hard-fought battle all race long. So how do you feel after this?
Oh, man. Not going to lie, a little disappointed there. Coming in second there. I think I had the car to win. I definitely had the freshest tires there at the end, but nothing against Terry. But when I lined up fourth behind him for that final restart, I knew I was kind of going to be out to lunch there. He just didn't seem to have the pace.
Yeah, it looked like it was a lot of pushing and shoving in the battle for second. Now, before that all came down, was there any thought in your mind that the restart would have perhaps given you an advantage there and you were able to get the jump?
Yeah, I got a good jump there and got the Terry's outside after the start-finish line, but he kind of cleared himself, and instead of wrecking the field, I let off and let him in. Don't know how many more times I'll do that this year, but I mean, it saved my day, saved his day, and the field's not mad at me, so I'll take that as a positive.
And absolutely able to come home clean and green there. So strategy, you did have the newest tires there, and how much did those tires mean when it came to the advantage as the race went on?
Oh, they were huge. Before we had that last yellow flag, I was just driving around the inside of people, and I think I could have caught Terry and Caleb there if we didn't have that final yellow, and would have been good. But that yellow kind of killed us.
And it looks like yellow shifting up strategy indeed. So would there have been any other way where it could have gone better for you in getting the victory?
Honestly, if we could have just went green, I think Kendall and it was between me, Kendall, and Potter. I think there at the beginning, if it would have went green the entire race, I think the three of us would have put on a really good show there.
And that we could have seen, but we're hoping for a really good show next week at Richmond. So how do you feel going to that one as well?
Well, I'll be in Vegas and then I'll be in Phoenix the next week, so I'll miss the next 2 races, unfortunately.
An unfortunate circumstance, but nonetheless a great job. A runner-up finish here. So any final thoughts?
No, just it was a good race until it wasn't there. All the yellows kind of killed the excitement, but hopefully we can figure that out, straighten it out, and have some good races here towards the end.
And we're hoping to see some good races as well as Casey Eshel puts on a good race of his own, running up in this field. The SB Designs 175, second on the board. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Drag him right back into his voice chat there, and let's get your third place finisher in Kendall Kerr on the board as he was able to round out your podium tonight. Kendall Kerr, position 3 on the night. So how do you feel after this?
Oh, doing really good. I mean, heck, I'm sure you guys caught it on the broadcast. I screwed up trying to make it 3 wide on one of those restarts with fresh tires, and John Deered the yard. And at that point, I was totally needing a yellow to save my race, but just wish we could have had a few more green flag laps there at the end. I know the beginning of the race was just a ton of fun, and I just wish it would have played out naturally, but it is what it is. We'll move on to, I think, Richmond next week, and hopefully give you guys a little bit better show.
And we hope to see a great show as well. Now, when it came down to aggression, a lot of guys with different levels here. So how was it moderating the aggression and eventually keeping yourself in the mix?
I mean, I'll be honest, I probably could have been a little bit more aggressive, but it's race 2. You're still trying to earn respect from guys out there, and certainly there's no sense in running anyone over. And I think a part of what really led to a lot of those yellows was just the mix up of tire strategy thrown in there with the multiple restarts. So you had a bunch of guys in the back that were running out of time with their fresh tires, and certain guys that had maybe 10 laps of tires in the middle of the pack, and then guys with 25 or 30 laps old tires at the beginning of the pack, and that kind of creates some of that issues, especially on a 1-lane racetrack. But I hated to see guys like Ryan Potter was having a career night out there. I got to give props to 99. He was fast all night long, and I just hate he got tore up, but at least he got a playoff point out of it, winning the stage on lap 70. But it was always fun to be up there running with the front runners and seeing the leader. And I know me and Casey had a good battle throughout the race too. It was a lot of fun when we had the green flag racing.
And absolutely some great racing we saw there up front. Now, Richmond going to be next week. So how do you feel going to that one? Because certainly going to be a great show put on at a great track.
I think we ran Richmond not too long ago and put on a pretty clean race. It's a track that is really, really round in shape, similar to this one, really. But I know it sounds weird to say that the racetrack is round, but it's almost circular. So you really got to get the car to turn through the corners and rotate. So it'll be interesting to see, what guys can make that happen. I know there's some short track guys that'll be looking forward to that. You think about like the 8, the 29. I know they're both short track guys. They'll probably be looking forward to that one, and I look for them to be fast.
And that we hope to see. So Kendall Kerr on the board tonight. Any final thoughts?
Just thanks for you guys hanging in there. I know they're not always going to be that yellow filled. Appreciate you guys each and every week showing up. Want to give a special shout out to the entire Brooks family and the ASC supply and services. And Terry had a great run tonight. Just missed the interview room. And just all the admin team for continuing to put this deal on every week, and all the competitors for showing up. It's fun.
And absolutely a great run provided to us by Kendall Kerr, third place on the night. So thank you once again for your time.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely going to drag him right back into the voice chat, and that will be the final interview of our podium procedure tonight. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, a bit longer than usual, but the SB Designs 175 won by Caleb Morrissey as we see him burning it down in the grass. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We hope to be back next week at Richmond, and we got a lot in store until then, so thank you all once again. We hope you have a great night, and we hope you watch whenever we are live on FTN.